Yeah, that's what Browns are reading is full of old second edges, the fifth chapter. I mean the seventh chapter. The seventh chapter. Out of verse 1. Right, Shalom. GMS Virginia Camp back out here once again to do what we've been called to do. That's prophesy. Before we get started, like always, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Come on, it's our teachers, the elder apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afore. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
And that's the task set before the sons of God, all right? The princes of the power of Yahshua. That's the task we have set before us. We want to rule, we want to reign. We have to go through the narrow, all right? That's the path Abba Yahweh, our Father, has set before his sons to go through in order to get rulership, sovereignty in the kingdom. He made it that way, all right? We can't complain about it. We can't ask for it to be different. Before we was conceived, he said, look, in order for my sons to get the kingdom, they're going to have to go through a narrow path. And it's not just talking about here in America. It's talking about all our previous incarnations. We've had to go through narrow paths to stock up, you know, our spiritual bank accounts, because if we are those sons that are elected to reign in that first dominion with Yahweh Shai, that means we've been storing up in our previous lives too. Right? Your spiritual bank account didn't start when you just came in this ministry in this time. You've been a prophet in your past life. So that means your bank account is already up, the numbers is up high, right? So, but we've been going through the straight and narrow. Brothers have been dying in their previous incarnations, being put to death, stoned to death, ridiculed, mocked, in prison, right? And you come back in this state and you realize, you wake up as a Hebrew Israelite, it's sweet on your tongue, like the scripture says, and it's bitter in your belly, because you got to go through the narrow, right? You got to deal with your car fucking up. You got to deal with bills. You got to deal with these fucking women, right? Shit, you got to deal with talking to a woman. She look good, you find out she got a fucking man. That happened to me this week. I'm talking to Shorty, I'm giving her my number and shit. Now I'm looking at her, put my number on, she just got a ring on her fucking. I said, this shit is fucking madness, man. But in a righteous society, women that are locked in with a man, they wouldn't be out. They would be home. They would be at home, like Tiger said. Keep us at home, right? But here we have to have shit dangled in our faces. Because men, we want more than one woman. That's just natural. You break everybody down to their base nature. Look, man, we want as many women as we can handle. Right? So basically we're like kids in a candy store that can't have it. You throw us in a you throw a kid in a candy store and you tell him don't touch shit, he gonna fucking bug out. He in that bitch, he gonna lose his fucking mind. And that's what you see. We're like kids in the candy store that can't touch shit.
I mean, you put a kid in the candy store, his favorite candy might be a Tootsie Roll, so he grabbed a Tootsie Roll. While you eat a Tootsie Roll, he also see it. So M&M's, M&M's looking good. I want that shit too. You know what I mean? That's how we truly are.
See, I remember growing up, they don't have it no more. Toys R Us. I remember we used to go to Toys R Us when we was kids. Man, that shit was like going on a damn field trip. We go to Toys R Us. And you small as shit. You just see big ass fucking toys. That shit used to make your fucking day. We was poor as shit. We was just window shopping, but just to go walk through that motherfucker was like a fucking adventure. Oh shit, power right
That's what's one of the
I want this. Right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They say you only get one toy.
Yeah.
All the toys.
But we're babes to the Most High. We're His kids, so we see the earth, we see land, we see an empire that can be built, we see life that can be nourished and flourished. We see sovereignty, we see the freedom that we could have, and we desire that. So we're like kids that's just been thrown in front of it, right? And we're looking at it, and we can't have it. So what happens? What does the kid do? He cries. The kid starts to cry. And that's what we're doing. We're crying. We're crying unto our Father. Lord, please take us off punishment. Lord, please lift this judgment off of us. Please take these curses of Deuteronomy off of us. Right? Please hurry up and bring down our enemy that's kept his foot upon our necks. Right? That's what children do. They cry. Right now we are children. Keep reading, brother.
Con.
But we got to go through the narrow, right?
Con. Verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one path between them both.
And what's dangerous about it? But look at this motherfucker. Right? You got motherfuckers getting poked up, stabbed. Shit, I was watching a little bit of the case with the 14-year-old Edomite that stabbed at the cheerleader. How many times he stabbed? Like 50-something times? Shit, I think she was like 13 or some shit. Yeah, he just stabbed the bitch up because he wanted to. This is the world we live in. Dangers on every side, right? You go into a gym, you might get jumped. 6'9", right? Get your shoes stolen. Now, hey, this is a dark world. You know what I'm saying?
Valet shadow of death.
You know, they ain't running no one-ups with you. They beating your ass, man. That can happen to any fucking body. Of course, we all know that he's an idiot. Like, we all know the story of 6'9". But that can happen to any fucking body. You go in the wrong place at the wrong time, Jake the robber. Yeah, let's get this nigga. Let's rob this nigga for this shit. And they'll beat your ass. This is a dark world, man. You know? Shit, you grew up around Jake. You know how Jake is. Jake will jump your ass. I remember, shit, I got jumped by some older kids when I was young. You know, they just do shit like that just because they could. That's how Jake is.
And, a lot of areas are getting back to what they're known for. Like if you go to LA right now, LA's real dangerous right now. Now everybody, when you on TV, you see LA, you think of Hollywood, you know, certain Beverly Hills, all that, but they're back to that essence of jacking. You know, I just seen a video today where a man and his woman was just walking to the car, and dude came out nowhere. They backed out on him, made him take everything off. You know? So anything that happened now, and that's another sign to let you know that we ain't got too much longer. Because the spirit everybody's in is a bunch of violence. You know?
Yeah, the morality of this place is completely gone. Everybody's for themselves. Everybody wants to put on an image of what they think society wants them to be. Right? That's why these women are totally bugged the fuck out. Right? They done strayed away so far from their purpose. They don't know what the fuck going on in life. They just soaking up air. They don't know what the fuck going on. And they too damn in deep that they can't get out. There's no way pulling that woman out of this depths of darkness that they've been. Esau got. Once you get somebody's mind, it's like Stockholm syndrome, right? Once you get somebody's mind, it's done. So that's why the Lord had to tap our what? He had to tap our penal gland and get our mind back. Right? So the Lord, all four of them, the big boy Yahweh, they have our mind. There's no getting us out unless they decide to let go of us. Right? There's no getting us away from this. The Lord got our mind. We psychologically are slaves to Yahweh. Right? That's a beautiful thing, but you can also be a psychological slave to the beast system. Right? To the sorcery and witchcraft that America portrays throughout the earth, of which should be a bad bitch. They actually believe that's how they should be, bad bitch, independent. Get to the bag, girl. Don't worry about a man. Right? I'm independent. Except I don't need a man except for all the men that I have in my life that help me fix my tire, that build the roads that I drive on, that build the bridges that I drive on, right? That pay my cable bill, phone bill. I don't need a man except for the men that I do use when I need them. But they can't even see the foolishness behind that thought process because it's a spell, right? You know, the spell has to be broken by the grace, the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, and it can only be broken if you humble, contrite. Scripture say you got to come to the Lord with a humble and contrite heart and be ready to be broken down so you can be built back up. But what happens when we try to break them down through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah? They fight us. They don't want to be told that they're wrong. They don't want to be told that makeup is ugly, that wig is ugly, that weave is ugly in the eyes of the Lord. It's disgusting.
You tell me about a woman's body.
They don't want to know that they don't know how to fucking take care of their personal hygiene.
Yeah.
They don't want to know that. They don't want to hear that stuff, right? They want to be taught smooth things. You're a bad bitch. You're a 10. You're down. A man's worship. A man's purpose should revolve around you. So when they get into a relationship with a man, they think the man's purpose is her. It's supposed to be her. He's put there to please you. No, the man's purpose is to serve his creator and get better at doing the things his creator requires of him on a daily basis. It's not the man's purpose was never meant to serve you, woman. Right? And now these men, that's why you see so many rebellious kids out of wedlock and bugged out relationships because the men aren't taught what it is to get one. Before you get a woman, you should have what? You should know your purpose. Before you even think about getting your purpose, you should know what it is to be a man first. Because if you don't, you're gonna fall in the traps of that woman. The scripture say a woman's mind is snares and traps. If you don't know what it is to be a man, if you don't have a purpose as a man, you're gonna be falling after a fucking woman. You're gonna be chasing up skirts. You're gonna be chasing after titties and a vagina. That's really all it is. You're chasing titties and a vagina because you don't know your purpose, right? But that's what you have out here. You have men that are lost and confused. Don't know what the first thing it is to be a man. Don't know what a man's purpose is, why men were created, and they get with a woman that don't know what a man is or what a woman is. Now they both in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, some made up shit. The scriptures speak about husband and wife. Don't speak about boyfriend and girlfriend, right? A man and a woman is a union. It's not some shit where you courting and dating, then you don't like this person, you move on to the next. Right? That's confusion, right? But in Esau society, he allows that. It's off, it's wrong. But in our society, we're gonna teach women, look, your main purpose, whether you like it or not. Pull that one off that Yo, a woman's main purpose was what? To serve the man. Now you can hate that role. The Romans tells us what? Shall the thing form say to me, why hast thou made me thus? You can't be a woman and bug up against your friend and say, why do I have to serve the man? Right? That's your role, and it's a beautiful role when you put in it. A woman is not more beautiful than a woman that's loyal to her man through thick and thin. And women despise that. You got women out here that will stick with a man that beats their ass. Won't even leave. She'll fight you and say, I love him. That's my man. And the women that see that, they despise them. Why? Because they're demons. That woman's in the right spirit. She loves being around that man. She loves to serve that man.
Okay, he beats my ass from time to time. That's not your business. That's my man.
Right? But the proud bitches.
That's wrong, girl. He shouldn't be controlling you.
The scriptures say that your husband is your master, your Lord, which literally means to control. Right? Now, if you got a problem with that, you got a problem with your creator, which makes you a rebellious bitch. That Jezebel spirit. We know what happened with Jezebel. Lord had her ass fall down, crush her ass, and then left off. And the Lord said, he said, I'm gonna let those right? So you can't despise your purpose, and in the kingdom, you women are gonna love serving your husband. That's the thing, because for one, the Lord will change your mind. Right? Y'all bugged out because y'all got curses in y'all, but two, y'all gonna love him, because y'all gonna be given the desires of your heart. Right? Y'all saying that now because you're in a spell that needs to be broken. Esau got your ass in a spell. You done drunk that serpent juice that he gave to you in the garden. Thou shalt surely not die, but you're dying every day. You're sick every day. Every woman I come in contact with is some type of therapy. It's or been there. I get my mind right. You ain't no getting it right until you come to the knowledge of Yahweh Shah Shah. That's the only thing that keeps you stable in this crazy ass diabolical world that we live in. All right, we got to get up and work. Come on, man. You spend 8 to 12 hours out of your day every day of your life doing something you don't give a fuck about. That's hell. That's the curses. What did he tell Adam? You fall after woman, now you're gonna have to work for your bread. That's a fucking curse. He put Adam there. He said, look, you're gonna have to million over the animal. Just long, be free. Conquer, build. The animals are gonna do what you tell them to do. Fishes are gonna jump when you say jump. The bears are gonna stop when you say stop. The birds gonna sing when you tell them to sing. Now you get around the animal bite your head. No, you running from the animal. You done lost dominion and control over creation that was created for you to rule over. Right? That's why the scriptures in Romans say what? The whole creation groans. So get your precept that we're gonna jump back to.
Okay, come. This is going into what you were saying about like how men acting like fools. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. You know, and that was just going into like how the people were doing stupid things. You know, like you could go into a neighborhood and get jumped and not pay attention as to what's going on. You know, like 6ix9ine. You know, like how he went into the gym and got his ass whooped. Well, he should have walked wisely. You know, he walked in that place as a fool, with no help or no security or nothing like that. So even in these times, you know, the women are walking foolishly and not as wise. Because they need a man to actually guide them through the system that's about to break out. That's what I want to bring up.
Yep, they don't need a man until they need a man. Right?
Yep.
Even when they divorce a man, they still need it. Still asking for his money. Still asking for his time. Right?
Yeah.
Take the man kids away, you still want him to do what he got to do for the kids.
Did brothers see the video of the Judite woman that she divorced her husband? And she said it. I've divorced my husband because I made more money. And basically thought he was beneath her. And now she regretted. Yeah. She regretted. She's like, I fucked up. Too busy listening to other women. You know what I mean? But if now she's feeling the repercussions of this.
Yeah.
You know, and she probably realizes she needs a man now. You know what I mean? She wanted a man of a higher stature. But we're about to go into times where that pay rate don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Your bank account don't mean nothing. You know? You gotta have to rely on the Lord. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
Even you strong men that think, oh, I know martial arts and I know how to hunt, I know how to, well, the Lord is coming for you. See, if the Lord wasn't coming for you, then you'd be all right. Like you men that's trained and know your surroundings, know the earth, you're preppers and strong and can fight, got weapons, y'all would be good if the Lord wasn't your up. But the Lord's your up.
Right.
You know? And that's a whole nother level you don't want chasing you, man. That's a whole nother level you don't want chasing you.
That's why the scripture says that it says in 1 Timothy, it says bodily exercise profit little, but wisdom of the Most High is what you need. Like I said, in the day of sufficiency.
Yeah, it's your treasure.
Yeah,
Come. Continuing on with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, starting in verse 7 again. The entrance thereof is narrow, and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
And people, that's really why people don't want to come and do what we do. That's why they rather talk shit, because it ain't easy to do this. You gotta make sacrifices. You gotta be broken down. You gotta be humble. You gotta be consistent. You gotta be diligent. You gotta grow. You gotta be challenged. So instead of doing this, they say, man, y'all wrong. Well, you better hope we wrong, because if we're right, you're fucked. And yeah, you if you die, you go to the spirit realm, cool. But when you get to the spirit realm, you're missing one point. You gotta go to the judgment seat and get judged. You still getting judged. The Lord ain't gonna send you to an eternal damnation of fire, but you're gonna get judged. Right? You don't know what your position is in the kingdom. Right? You're gonna be an Israelite, you're gonna be blessed, of course. But why would you settle for the bare minimum when you can get as much as you can now? Right? Because that's an eternity. What we about to enter into is an eternity. I don't want to be no regular Israelite for eternity when I could have been a ruler of the nation. I ain't comfortable. I am not okay with it. I never was okay with the bare minimum. Even when I was, whatever brothers was into, sports and music, you wanted to get the best of it.
Right.
You get on the court or you get on the football field or something, whatever brothers did, you ain't go there like, oh, I'm okay. Just, I got picked. You know how they did the captains, they say, I got you. I got picked. I'm good. No, you like, yeah, I'm about to my friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, you shouldn't be in that spirit. That's a man I don't want to be around. A man that's just content with just the bare minimum. Nigga, you should always want more for yourself, man. Challenge yourself, right? Grow, reap what you sow, right? You should be planting. You know what I'm saying? That's really what children are for, right? When you bring a child on the earth, now your task is to build this child into the best possible being it can be for Yahweh Shema Shah. Instill those morals that Yahweh Shema Shah wants us to instill in them. And then when you see that child grow up, you say, my word. When you see their manners, how they talk, how they conduct themselves out here, how they deal with people, right? The humility they conduct themselves with, the strength they conduct themselves with, the confidence they walk with. Right? I did that. Right? I did that. Go ahead, brother.
Come on.
Not you get a child, just, I got a child. Fuck it. Go. You know what I'm saying? You should want to be like, but in this society, don't allow you to do that. Right? But in the kingdom, we're going to be building on every single level. We're going to see the fruit of our labors, right? In our children, the lands that we conquer and dominate, in our slaves, in our cattle, right? The adventures we go on, the journeys we do. You know, I was meditating the other day, I'm going to have an Olympic game. You know what I'm saying? Olympic games. I'm going to call the best brothers from all over the universe, you know what I'm saying, yearly, come to the games, man. That's the type of stuff that we thinking of. We moving on a higher level, right? Builders, molders like our fathers. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Come on. Verse 8. And only one path between them both, even the fire and the water, so small that there can be one man there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance.
Now, when that man crossed, what are you supposed to do? All right, let me see how he did it. And I'm going to follow the exact. When you see that man get across, and you see that man walk, you say, oh, damn, he making it. He's still going. I'm going to do exactly what he did. That's what we see with the elders. Oh, they make it. God. 3 decades, still going? All right, I'm going to do exactly what they do. All right, I'm going, bro.
Yeah.
And you follow. And then the next brother behind you says, oh, that shit working. I'm going next.
Yeah.
Right? Next brother behind you, one at a time. But you got them rebels, they come in every now and then. Y'all take it too long. I'm gonna do it my way. And nigga fall in the fire.
Yeah.
Or he drown in the water something. Because he wants to do it his way. And we've seen countless examples. Now they in the water, they in the fire screaming, shouting a whole bunch of bullshit at them. 12 times shot off. And we steady just walking on by. Right? Exactly. Go ahead, brother. All right, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13. It says, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. You know, so that was going into what the brother mentioned, man. You know, we taking our time entering into that straight gate, man, because we understand that Yahweh Shai was that ultimate, you know, example of how we need to follow, right? And then he put men on the earth, the elders and apostles of very millstone, so we follow after them. And now we're doing it, you know, entering into that straight gate.
I got a quick precept, just a real quick one. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, just verse 1, and it says, be ye followers of me, even I am of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances.
Follow me. So you had men during that time say, Paul, I'm not gonna follow you. You a man, Paul. I'll follow you. How? Paul is trying to tell you, look, man, I learned from you. You's a man, Paul. I don't believe you. A I'm doing my own thing. I got the old scrolls. I know what the Lord said. I don't need you to teach me. You a man just like me. Right? But what the scriptures tell us time and time again that the Lord sets up particular men that he wants you to follow. And if you go against those men, the Lord will literally judge your ass. There's countless examples in the scriptures where men will buck up and be so, you did this, you did that. And the Lord said, well, you not him. I chose him, so I'm gonna fuck you up and speak against you. That's how the Lord works. He does what he wants.
That's like what that Benjamite did to King David.
Yeah. Well, even when you look at King David in his story, King David, they committed sins, but they got favor in the sins that they committed. Right? King Solomon too. They got favor in the sins that they committed. They didn't get judged like regular men would get judged on the spot. The Lord shows favor to whoever he wants to show favor to. Just him having a 144, that's favor to you. He could have the whole nation be the government, but he said, no, I'm going to have certain men as rule over the rest of the nation. And within that 144, I'm going to have another elect, the 12. And within that 12, I'm going to have another elect, the 3 pillars. Right? That's how the Lord works. And you can't buck up again.
Well, I want to be part of the 12. I want to be a pillar.
Right. Well, the Lord like, well, how about I just see you at your spirit realm, right? And keep you up here till I just throw you in a perfect mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be grateful that you even in this. You know, and take that seed you've been given and multiply it as much as possible. Make it as fruitful as you can. Right? I don't care if I'm the last one on the 144. As long as I'm part of the 144, I don't want to be just a regular Israelite. You know, I want to be. I'm in this to be part of the government body, part of the elect. That's what matters to me. Like, I ain't been in all this years to just fucking lose, just at the end. I'm just regular. I'll be mad as hell. I could be at the club. Like, damn. Go ahead, brother.
Read verse 9 again.
You're a trip for that. You feel weird.
Read verse 9 again. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Yeah, so now you gotta, what makes you brave though? Because we ain't shit. We got many fears. Some brothers got fear of heights. Somebody got fear of certain animals. You know what I'm saying? We scared of a lot of shit. I mean, you can have tough all you want around your chick, with your chick. You know, we men, when you got fears, man. You never show your woman that because you ain't supposed to. You don't show your kids that because you're not supposed to. But you show the Lord that. You show brothers that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that shit around women and children. But we have fears, so read that again.
Verse 9 again. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before
so
it.
You gotta be brave, but what makes you brave? Faith. I'm just jumping out. And then how much more shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got no choice. You can stay and ball up in the corner in Jacob's trouble and try to hope. If I open my eyes, it's gonna disappear. That's what niggas is gonna be doing. I just close my eyes tight and open. Cause they ain't gonna think it's a dream. But it's gonna be your reality.
Yeah.
You know? You're gonna have to realize now this is the predicament I'm in. I gotta walk by faith, not by sight. And trust in Yahweh Shemel Shah. Lean upon Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because if we lean upon our own strength, we ain't gonna make it, bro. It's too much coming. It's way too much coming that can destroy us in this flesh. Easily too. Natural disasters. Esau's weird shit he gonna be unleashing out here. You know what I'm saying? You might get stung by a damn robot. Yeah. What the fuck these niggas got, man? These niggas are creep. And we about to witness the devil be the devil for real. Like, we say he's the devil, he doing devil shit, but nah, he about to really show you why the Lord said this motherfucker's the son of perdition. He ain't gonna give a fuck about nobody. What the scriptures tell you, he should war to you on the inhabitants of the earth. Because the devil gonna come down with great wrath. He not gonna get fought. We talking about a dude that fuck little babies. Yeah. Cause he likes defiling purity. He sees children as pure, so he likes to defile. He likes to corrupt it. That's the individual he is. Right? So he's just gonna say, you know what? Fuck it. Bloodshed everywhere, murder everywhere. Right? Chaos everywhere.
That adrenaline,
Adrenaline.
you know, you want to frighten a little child to the point where the child think he's gonna die, then drink the blood that gives you a rush. Look how this man circumcises his kids. You know what I mean? He putting his mouth on little babies' penises. You know, this guy is crazy. He's gonna wax most of the He's the truth can't get right.
So it's gonna get real ugly out here because the devil wants it to get real ugly. And America gonna be way worse than any other country we ever seen during any times of trouble. America just gonna get bad.
Yeah.
Because all America has known all these decades is comfort.
Come.
All right? That's all America is. America ain't really known no struggle. All right? You get your food when you want it, get your clothes when you want it. You distracted by Hollywood and these celebrities. These other nations don't have celebrities like that in their countries like that. You know what I'm saying? The Edomites, they got Bollywood, but that shit ain't like over here where celebrities is just like gods and goddesses. Like all you care about is fucking Drake and Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and LeBron James, and you just obsessed with it to the point a nigga bring a goddamn look like a damn BB gun in the club and you losing your mind. John Moran, yeah, oh shit. It's like shit is insignificant. It don't. Oh, he went to the strip club. Like, why is this news?
Like it's something new. The ballers, Steven Jackson said, man, we did way more worse than what he did. You know what I mean? They really wild out. They acting like it's just the best thing happening.
But when you live in so much comfort like Americans do, you have time to care about shit you don't fucking. You can spend hours on TikTok and just literally just spend hours on TikTok. Right? But when you in a country that constantly got bombs, airstrikes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Food is diminishing on a daily basis. You can't get food every hour of the day. Ain't no DoorDash everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
You focus on living. You ain't focus on goddamn distractions. That's why when you go to these other countries, families are more close. Like they actually sit, eat at the table, and talk. Right? People don't do that no more. There ain't no family in America. The daughter in her room, putting on makeup, trying to look like Cardi on the phone. Yeah, fuck these niggas, girl. The son in his room, eating all playing Call of Duty. The father, he in his room, man cave watching porn. The mom, she mad at this nigga in the other room because he ain't showing her enough. Everybody just simple, right?
One thing I've noticed as the times have been passing, you know, when we had Big Mama house, they had a dining room table.
Yeah.
You don't see no dining room tables with this generation now. Say they get a apartment. Yeah, they might have that little small ass table in the kitchen, but you don't see the dining room. The dining room is a den now, or it's a game room. You know what I mean? So like you said, people when it's time to eat, people go they scatter out. You know?
If they do get a dining room table, it's just there for decoration.
Right.
They got plates and they're all neat, but people eating off the paper plates. You know what I'm saying? You take your table. It don't even get us started on the neighborhoods. You can live in a neighborhood for 10 plus years, don't even know your neighbor. Don't even speak to your neighbor.
That's not true.
That's how America is. Other countries are not like that.
You know everybody.
Right? It's more tight knitted. Everybody know everybody. America, you live in a community, nobody know nobody. They all been living there too. Right? That's a dark world when you can't trust your neighbor. You live right by this motherfucker. So when all hell breaks loose, what's gonna happen? You don't even know who beside you or across the street. You know what this motherfucker been planning. You know what this motherfucker been doing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But that's the world that we live in now. Go ahead, brother.
God. How shall he receive his inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed,
it's kind of like for my Dragon Ball Z brothers out there that's in the air. Goku had to do work to get them Dragon Balls. Them Dragon Balls weren't easy. Them Dragon Balls were thrown all over the goddamn place. Just thrown. The dragon tossed them shits all over the damn globe. And he had to go through countless battles to get them Dragon Balls. Blood, sweat, and tears. Got his ass kicked some ass. You know what I'm saying? dealt with a lot of stress, had to overcome and become stronger, right? The nigga had to literally level up at certain points to get what he wanted. Well, it's just like us, to get our inheritance. We go through certain different battles, we gotta level up too once we get to certain, it's like, even like in video games. Once you beat a stage, you level up, you get stronger as you go on. Right? The more years you spend in this truth, the stronger you get, the wiser you become. As long as you stay in the spirit of Yahweh, you become wiser, you become sharper, you level up, you get stronger, but you're getting stronger to be able to combat the next level, next stage. You need these extra badges.
Yeah.
You need these extra powers the Lord giving you, because the next stage is even harder. You can't go in the next stage like with the skills you had when you first came in. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Come. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then
More about stick like that.
That's how down. She goes to the gym. You can tell her.
They got a lesson more about it, man. We got a lot to look forward to. God damn. They make them like that? Shoot, no, that's an American.
verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but a few and evil, full of perils and very painful. For the entrances
Yeah,
of
you get sick, you go outside, you scared of pollen. Ah shit, pollen fucking me up. Right? These bodies fucking weak, man. I got job, I'm outside, I'm fucking fighting pollen all goddamn day. Shit. Eyes, nose. Like we need new bodies, man. These are changes darkness, man. You eat the wrong food one night, you got hot burn. Your whole shot. Yeah, you eat the wrong food one night. You eat the wrong food one night, and that'll mess your whole night up. That'll mess your whole night up, man. Because these bodies are weak, right?
Yeah.
You stub your toe, your big toe fucking, you have stubbed your toe, that shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Right.
Or hit your funny bone. You're like,
The whole shit shut down.
ain't nothing worse than a delayed pain.
you know what I'm saying? Just so many levels of pain. A crook neck, you can have a crook neck. You slept wrong, now your neck fucked up the whole fucking day.
Yeah, bro.
You annoyed. These bodies are fucking, but the Lord knew that when he put us in punishment. He knew these bodies suck. Like every little thing about them suck. You know? Everything about them, they decay, they stink, they get old. Women mad, they getting old. Once a woman gets to her mid-40s, she start getting mad at every fucking body. And confused, because she know like, fuck. If she don't have a husband, if she don't have a husband that she loves and supports, she mad and confused like a motherfucker. Cause she not the hot commodity in the marketplace no more. You got a whole new batch of 19-year-old, 20-year-olds out here. Your old ass, nobody look at checking for you.
That's the number one thing a woman craves.
Attention. And they see that the attention ain't hitting like it used to. Cause your ass getting older.
She ain't all that.
Yep.
Honestly, it didn't. I can't remember.
But that's why a lot of you women got to be judged too, because you took your youthfulness and you became demons. Right? The bucks ran the fuck through, which that life doesn't make them happy. This facade these women putting on, that OnlyFans shit and this promiscuous life, that shit leads to high suicide rates. Prostitution leads to high suicide rates. Now they haven't done it. OnlyFans is still new, so they haven't studied enough to see the effects that it's having on women's minds. Women aren't meant to just be sexual robots all goddamn. They showing their ass and titties. That's fucked up. That fucks up the mind. You know what I'm saying? A woman that ain't pleasing to her. That ain't making her happy. That she has to show her marks to make money. She always has to play with her fucking titties. She always has to be promiscuous. She can put on a facade because she's getting money for doing these things. But in her inside, she wants a stable home and kids and a husband, but she don't know how to attain it because she's confused. She's lost. Right? Go ahead, brother. And that's that wine that the scriptures speak about.
Con.
Just like a guy that has a nice car, nice house, a lot of money. That shit don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? That shit don't fucking really make you, it don't make you happy. It don't fucking make you happy. You know? It don't bring true happiness. My happiest time was when I ain't happy. When I was a kid, I ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? When you got a job and you started getting money, because we all wanted to grow up and I get older. When you get my first car, get my job, when you got it, it was like, I got it. Or your first piece of pussy. When you got it, it was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But the memories that you cherish the most is when you had fun with your boys one night. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a great time. You're like, damn, you remember that night? That was lit. That was the best night. We did this, we talked about that, we went over here, we did that. You know what I'm saying? Just moments of just living. Right? When you went somewhere and just lived. You know? You didn't need much, you didn't have much, you just was living. You know? Who gives a fuck if you got a big ass house and you don't got no stable family there. You don't got no kids that look up to you. You don't got no wife that's saying, what the fuck is a big house for? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's not a home, it's just a house thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't got the things to complete that house, it's not a home. It's just a building.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have nothing substantial in it.
Yeah, you watching shows by yourself. You want somebody to watch the shows with you. Now you talking at TV like, now this nigga fake. You want somebody, let me see this nigga?
You're on the couch with a dirty ass white tee with some basketball shorts. Bored out your mind, you know what I mean? That's not living, you know? We want something with substance, man. You know, and like you said, brother, with them women that's doing that only, they can't stand on that. They're empty. You know, yeah, for the time being, you get your attention, you might be getting your whatever money, but that's not, naturally, that's not her role. The woman knows naturally what their role is, but they fight against it because of what society pumps up, and who runs the society, you know?
You can only wear so many outfits and take so many damn pictures.
Yeah,
How many
true.
tricks
Yeah,
you got?
yeah.
You're gonna run out of tricks. It's like the dunk contest. That's what the dunk contest adds. They done did everything already. You know?
Colin, if I may, a lot of these younger women who's now starting to get into that only thing is starting to realize that they're falling in on the back end of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's because it's starting to fall apart.
Well, a lot of them women have dreams of being some type of artist, like a singer. A lot of them are pulling their OnlyFans off.
Yeah.
Because they realizing it's not getting them where they want to go. A lot of them really want to be singers and actresses. Once again, they want the attention, of course. But OnlyFans is vanity. It's not going to get them. You think somebody that has dreams of being the next, Beyonce or Whitney Houston, whoever, she showing her ass on OnlyFans and doing whatever, letting dudes pound her out. You think that these record labels going to lift her up and put her as one of these divas? Nah, come on, man.
Yeah, Con, you know, because what a lot of women don't realize that these women who are in a position were chosen to be in that position.
Yeah. They got handlers.
Yeah, right.
You
So,
know?
yeah, right, Con. So a lot of these women are under this illusion that they can get to where these women that they idolize are at.
Right.
But they're destroying themselves in the process because they'll never get there.
And then, but look at the women that's getting there. They hate themselves. They're changing their face, changing their nose, getting Botox. I was watching the Cardi B interview and she was explaining how she had put fillers in her nose and fucked her nose up. So she just went ahead and just got the whole surgery. And guess who told her where to go get the surgery? Kim Kardashian. She said she was at all these bitches going to Kim Kardashian house, all these famous bitches going to Kim Kardashian house to get the same doctor. You can't just go to any doctor and get your fucking nose. You gotta go to surgery. And they all go to the same doctor.
Yeah.
But why are they listening to the Kardashians? That's what society teaches you is beautiful. Fake butts, surgical face. And I'm starting to see it more often. These young white chicks, you look at their lips and be like, that's fucking lip fillers. That's lip injections. You see them on Instagram all the time. That shit don't, the way they be looking, that shit be enhanced, bro. Surgery, lip fillers. You know?
Now you see Black China, she's doing the opposite, taking everything out. So you know they about to demonize her ass. Because she's like, yo, you know, I was. She's I guess she's being somewhat honest. She's like she was in not just physical pain but also spiritual pain. You You know, so now she's taking, she don't even got baptized and all that. Something gonna happen to her though, because that goes against Eve's agenda. You
But
know?
the sad part about that is when you start taking that stuff off, that it leaves scars and it doesn't look right. You already fucked up what you were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now a lot of women do have some fucked up bodies. Look, man, good hair. But you just gotta pray to the Lord and wait till you get your new body too, because you know you got some odd shaped women out there.
Yeah.
You know? But you get a new body in the kingdom, and then you can't go into this man's life and try to make a fucking body, because it ain't gonna look right. He wasn't given the power to create order and righteousness. So your body is not gonna look orderly. It's gonna look weird. Your butt's gonna be sticking out. Your thighs ain't gonna match this part. This ain't gonna look orderly because he wasn't given the spiritual power to create order. Right? He was given disorder, chaos. So your body is chaotic. It looks weird. It doesn't look natural. Now in the kingdom, we don't have spiritual power to shape their bodies. The scriptures tell you that. I forgot that where it's at. It talks about how a woman has small breasts. Let's shape it for her. One of our sisters have small breasts and keep her broke. You know, I think it's forgot exactly what it said. We're gonna be able to have. He got it on the left hand side. He's able to do it on the left hand side. What makes you think we ain't gonna be able to do it on the right hand side? We'll be able to mold women, right?
Ezekiel,
What does it say?
thou shalt either drink it and suck it out, or and plug off the on the rest.
But we're gonna be able to mold women the way we want them to look. You know, you may want a chick with a small butt but tight and firm. You may want one with a big one that's nice and soft, that can jiggle. You may want one that you like. See, we're creatures of variety. Most times is a power of variety. You don't just like one chick that look a certain way. You like different types. You like skinny ones. Maybe like I done seen ones that big, but the shit like good. You know what I'm saying? You gonna like all different types, but it's gonna look good though. You know what I'm saying? All of them look baddies. They're all gonna have long hair. And what's gonna make all women the best women in the kingdom, first and foremost, is the morality they're gonna have. They're gonna be the number one woman in looks. That's a given. They're gonna be the number one woman on how they conduct themselves out here. The humility they gonna show, the manners, the way they gonna behave. Other women in the nation gonna look at them and they gonna immediately see a higher class of royalty like those women. So the Lord finna put us on a whole different level of us. We gonna stand on like sword thrones. When you see the Israelites in the kingdom, it's gonna be like, oh shit. You gonna know like that is God. Like, oh, God's walking amongst us. That's what we're gonna do. You know? Go ahead.
Landbacking on what you're saying as far as being able to change things. King Solomon was given the knowledge of the elements. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be given that knowledge too. You know, on how to manipulate things and, you know, like how to change things in real time. You know? So, you know, I just wanted to bring that out, you know, to precept what you were saying.
Oh, that's your turn. Call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shem. That's two.
She right there next to the stove.
That's
Call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shem.
Oh, it's moving too. It's moving.
Call Lord Yahweh
Shalom, shalom.
I can tell you that's not true.
Thank Yahweh, bro. Does every brother see it?
Gun.
Khan. Yeah, it's right here.
Can't deny that.
Nah, not at all.
That's 2 weeks in a row. We hot. We was quiet for a little bit.
That one,
It was down there.
That one last week.
That one last week was serious.
Yeah, look, that was a block. Shalom.
Shalom. The water.
See, that's a little fake news.
Yeah.
The brother got the precept I was talking about the breast. So read verse 8 and verse 9.
In the Song of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 8, we have a little sister, and she have no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for?
She got no breasts. We're gonna do for our little sister. We can't have her out here looking like that.
Verse 9, if she be a wall, we will build upon her a palace of silver.
Let's get to working on it. Let's get to working on our sister.
If she be a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar.
Good stuff like that. So that goes into, you know, us being able to use spiritual power to change the figure.
Hey, just to make a quick, like I said, I watched that movie with Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey one time, man, because the girl had small boobs, and next thing you know, when she woke up, she said, I want boobs to get bigger. That was funny.
You may like small boobs.
That's like
you may
they started from
you may
script.
like long nipples, short nipples.
Right.
Big areolas, small areolas. You know what I'm saying? A straight variety. You know, we're gonna be creators, brothers, creators. We're gonna create animals. We're gonna create all type of stuff. The Lord's gonna put us on a whole other level. Right? Go ahead.
I was looking for that scripture. Knowledge of the elements that King
I'm
Solomon.
gonna put freckles on one of my
you
one of my Judite wives.
You can do whatever you want as long as it's in righteousness.
It's my property. That's my possession according to the law. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 13. Reading 13 again. For the entrances of the elder world were made wide and sure, but brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that were laid up for them. Now,
So if we want something, if you want something badly, I don't give a damn what it is. You'll do whatever it takes to get it. Nothing will hold you back from what you want. If you got a woman you dig, ain't nothing stopping you from seeing her. As soon as you clock out, if that's the only time you can see her, you out of that bitch. Ain't nobody here. Hey bro, what about this nigga? You declining calls and shit. You speeding straight. If you vibe with it like that, you want to be around it, ain't nothing gonna stop you. Same likewise with a chicken and man. If she really vibe with you, that's why brothers, you don't be pressed after no woman. Because I've seen both sides of it. I've seen with a woman, she think you interested, she like, but she ain't into you like that. So she ain't pressed by you. She'll see what you see. But I've been on the other side with a woman that really wants you, won't leave you the fuck alone. You ain't even gotta hit her up for days. She gonna hit you up. As soon as you call, she jumping. You know what I'm saying? So you don't be pressed by no woman that ain't pressed by you. Because you a man, you a hand. But you look like being more pressed for her than she is for you. How that work? You like a simp. You like a fool. Bitch, you ain't pressed for me. I ain't pressed for you. Bye. Lord gonna give me something else. The Lord can give you something more if you wanted to. That's like you can be on your great daily routine and the Lord have something just fall in your lap. That's how the Lord works. How you think Jacob got Rachel and Leah? When he left and he was fleeing Esau's ass, he wasn't worried about no women. He was trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. Then he got there. Shorty looking good.
I'll work 7.
Shorty looking good. He didn't know he was gonna see that. Right? You can go anywhere and see it again. But the Lord gonna give it to you in due time. The Lord gonna give it to you when He thinks it's beneficial. Right? Go ahead.
Reading on with verse 14. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that were laid up for them. Now therefore,
you know, you got these niggas in the world selling their soul, being faggots, be rappers, right? Getting these slave deals to be rappers, slave contracts. So how much more us for the Lord? If we want the kingdom, what we willing to do? We'll give our soul to the Lord. We'll give everything. We'll die if it needs be. If it comes to that, we'll do whatever it takes to get what we want from Yahweh Shah. Nothing should be able to hold you back, because this is what you want. We sacrifice everything. We close the world. All our aspirations of the world, we put that shit out. We just going through the motions. We work out 9 to 5, you know, daily bread, deal with people how we got to deal with them. Because we put everything else on. Right? We ain't trying to do the most. We using the world, not abusing the world, because we storing our riches up in heaven.
I'll tell you what, just me personally, I was a type of person always had to be out and about. I love being outside. Like the brother said, I done put away the old man to the point now I hate being around these people. I rush home. Sometimes I don't even want to stop and get my necessities from the store because I just want to be home. You know, because we realize what's out here, man. This is not, these things that's out here is not going to get us to the kingdom, fast.
Yep. That's the spirit to be in. period, because you got your eyes focused on the prize. When a boxer, like right now, Javante, they can say whatever they want about Javante, Tank Davis,
Right.
but he in that gym right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, he in that gym right now putting in blood, sweat, and tears to get what he wants. Ryan Garcia likewise.
Yep.
Just because Ryan Garcia may not be favored to pick, he putting in just as much work. He's not as gifted as Javante, but he's putting in just as much work because he got his eye on the prize, he got his eye on that belt. Right? So you're gonna work, you're gonna lock in, you're gonna put the distractions off. Right? So you got certain guys that turn off the phone, they turn off the social media, they lock in for that period. Not dealing with anything.
No sex.
Yep.
They even sacrifice their family time.
Yep. Shit, Chris
Yeah,
Paul said
man.
when he was working on the music and stuff, he stayed away from the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put everything away. They lock in what they lock in on. You know, how much more us? We got basketball players, a nigga grow a beard out, grow out the happy, you know. This nigga in playoff mode. You watch from playoff mode start, look how they start looking. Some of these guys start, they ain't getting the fresh cut, the Jason Tatum shit. You know, that nigga shit was sharp.
That shit seasoned.
Yeah, playoff season, let that shit roll. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They lock in come playoff time because it's about, all right, fuck looking pretty. I want this ring.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Curry woofing out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we are in the truth right now because it's crunch time, brothers. It's prophecy hitting off every single day. It's something every week. Major happening in prophecy. We getting so much closer to the kingdom, so much closer to the RFID chip, Jacob's trouble. We just had a strike in Iran. U.S. The U.S. and Iran get into it. So it's so much going on. We gotta lock in even more. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 15. Now therefore, why disquiet thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law.
So what are we considering that's to come instead of what's present? The kingdom. Yeah. You can't see it, but once it hits, brothers, it's gonna hit and it's gonna be hit. You're gonna wish, people are gonna wish they partook in this. They're gonna wish they partook, but it's gonna be too late. You know, and we would feel sad for them if we didn't have a new body. Like, we don't give a fuck if we didn't have new bodies.
Right.
But if we was in the flesh and we see, like, man, you can fuck up. But the Lord gonna give us a new spirit.
That's right.
Just, hey, it's judgment. We're gonna look at it as judgment. Like when the Lord has an earthquake happen that kills 20,000 people,
Right.
he don't say, oh my gosh, that was coming. He says, judgment.
Right.
He goes to the next. That's how he looks at it. Right? Because he has a different understanding of him.
That's right.
He knows spirits never die. He created those spirits. He knew them spirits long before he was born in this lifetime. It's a story they have with him way before they had it in this lifetime. There's so much that people don't put into account when it comes to the Most High and how he deals with his creation. And it's not for us to understand everything in the world. Right? We know the role that we've been given. We're going to play it to, we want an Oscar. We're going to play the hell out of this role. You know what I'm saying? To a T. Right? To the Lord say, cut. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Then answered I and said, O Yahweh.
Yeah, what's a better role than a prophet? You know what I'm saying? Because you used to read about these guys, used to hear about them, but they ain't never used to, I could never be something like that. A prophet?
Never considered it.
An apostle?
Right.
James, John, I could never be something. That's a cloud. Now, you literally,
The
all
disciples.
those guys.
Also the disciples.
Yeah, disciples, you literally all those guys.
That's great.
That should blow your mind. That should blow your mind. Like, whoa, I'm one of the disciples.
That's the way he looked.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sure.
Okay.
The Lord got me out on the highways and byways,
Yeah.
breaking down scriptures.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Y'all never in your wildest dreams you would have thought you would be doing something like this. Right? And it's very few and far in between you see brothers doing it because it's something so precious. Right? So it's going to be small.
Yeah.
It ain't going to look like a big thing because it's something so precious to the Lord. And he don't want it to be a big mega thing for everybody to just, oh yeah, this got to be true. Let me go join. Nah, he wants it to be something that's smoldering wicked. That little flicker of light in the darkness that you just glanced by. That you should have went over and checked out what it was. That's how he wants the truth to be.
That's what scripture says, what, many are called, but few are chosen.
Yep. He wants those that are going to see that and be like, you can check this out.
Right.
And then the closer you get, you're like, whoa, this ain't a smoldering wick, this is a flame.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is
That's
spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? As soon as you touch it, you're enlightened. And you're brought into this. And I can tell you, everything that happens in our life is so spiritual, but it's something always spiritually happening. I'm like, that's spiritual.
That's deep. Because when you consider the backdrop is all lights and glamour and noise and confusion. And then you got that little wick, you know, like what you were saying, like that little flame that's about to blow out. And a lot of people are engulfed in the backdrop and not what's really happening before you. It's beautiful.
Like remember Men in Black Cat, Orion's belt. Yeah, the little tiny necklace, but inside that necklace was a whole galaxy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's how this truth is, you know? You know, we look like, you know, to these average Joe Blows, we just look like some regular dudes out here just you know, on the party day, on a Saturday. Just talking, but hey, we're fighting for our own galaxies. Our kingdoms.
And the Lord always pulls us out of situations. I mean, I'll give a quick testimony, you know what I'm saying? My car fucking caught on fire. I had, you know what I'm saying, last week, brothers know, you know, but the Lord provided a way for me to get a new car. Fast too, I mean, but it's more, like, my pockets are fucking more empty than before. But that's how the Lord does it.
Yeah, come.
You know what I'm saying? He'll help you, but then it's like, it's still,
Right.
it's still, you're taking a W, but you're still taking an L.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is with you in a way better predicament than you were before because you got to go get your bread.
That's right.
You got to be able
Still.
to daily bread. So
Yeah,
he
I've
still
been there.
provided that way. You
I've
know what I'm
been
saying?
there.
You know?
I've been there.
My job. It's a good job, pays good. But, you know, that like you was going into earlier, 8 to 12 hours, man. That shit is.
You got less
exhausting.
time.
Yeah.
You got less time. Yep.
Now you really got to work to put forth, you know, time for how much you
Yep. Like I remember when I first came into early, my job, I ain't really working that many hours, so I used to make videos. So right? Then I started working at the job I'm at now. It's like, man, you gotta put extra force into those videos because there's so much you gotta do.
Yeah.
Then you catching hell. You look up, damn, I'm home. It's 2 hours. Wash my ass.
Time to go to bed.
It's time to go to bed and do it all over again. So that's that constant fight and battle that you have to go with.
That's right.
But the Lord does provide ways for us. It's not always the easy way, but what do we read? Straight and narrow. It ain't meant to be easy.
And that goes into the sacrifice.
That's right.
Sacrifices.
That's right.
You know, that listen.
Yep. That's exactly right, bro. It's a constant fight. It's a constant fight.
Yeah.
You know? Then Demons Room, I did two of the videos I did this week. One of them was alive, but Satan had it where I was at. The shit just kept skipping. So it cut off like 14 minutes of the video. I uploaded it, I listened to the shit. The whole shit skipped. So I put it on private. Did another video. I uploaded it. Something told me I should listen to it before I put it on.
Remember
So I took that down. I said,
lesson we did at the Passat.
Yeah.
The audio. Why was the audio messed up out of
Right,
nowhere?
right.
You know what I mean?
But it's you don't look at that and say, well, I just gonna stop. No, you
Yeah.
gotta persevere through it.
That's right.
You gotta keep pushing. It don't matter how long, you can't be in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Be like, I've been doing it 10, 11 years, I can shoot. No, hell no. You're supposed to be even going even harder. Look at our elders. They don't dim it down, simmer down. They keep going.
Actually, they go harder.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They wake up 3 o'clock in the morning doing the lesson.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
really, that's what, we give another time to the elders, you know what I'm saying? Every brother from every camp, so they don't have to work, so they can have as much time for the ministry as they need.
That's
Really,
right.
they shouldn't have to work.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? We need them with as much time as possible in their hands so they can It's just ministry.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right.
We don't need them slaving for eat.
You know,
Hell no.
they don't put their time in for eat. You know.
Exactly.
And they're running into the same problems we're running into on a day-to-day.
Yeah, come.
Not enough time in the day-to-day.
That's right. That's right.
We don't need them doing that, so that's why brothers sit. Make sure the elders get taken care of. Go ahead, bro.
Reading in verse 17 again. Then answered I and said, O Yahweh, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wine, for they have done wickedly. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wine. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that hath understanding above the highest. For there may be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them.
See, and that's you despising your creator. At the end of the day, you're dealing with a power that he knows the beginning. Literally, he knows the beginning. He is the beginning and the end. You didn't even think you could say something against him. Is stop. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? The galaxies and universes are ever expanding. Like his thoughts on the whole. Like he ain't focused on you and your fucking problem. I got touched without that.
Right.
Why would the Lord let this happen? Lord ain't thinking about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord already knows what's going on. And he knows what's coming. He knows peace is coming. He knows safety is coming.
That's right.
He knows quietness is coming. And he knows we in hell. So you may have gotten touched. You may have had horrible things happening. Nigga, we in the valley of the shadow of darkness. Right? But that don't give you no excuse to curse your power.
That's right.
Because if you didn't got touched, you wouldn't know how wicked this place is. So now that you know that wickedness exists, you need to run towards righteousness. Right? Don't curse your power because of that. Seek righteousness. Seek the prophets. Who did the Lord say he came to heal? The sick, the poor, the meek, even the prostitutes. He ain't cursed the prostitute. She's like, oh, yeah, stoner. She's living with everything. He understood, look, some women maybe have been thrown in their life and really didn't have a choice. They wanted to get some bread to eat. Like literally some women probably was thrown out of the house at preteen age. You know what I'm saying? Didn't finish high school. Had to sell their bars. Yeah, you was hot. She come for forgiveness. You was hot. Y'all was like, hold on. You do this, you be doing that. I see what you do in your spare time. Cast the first stone if you without sin.
Right.
Give this woman liberty to repent. And that's what the Lord was trying to teach you. And you all gonna have women that was in prostitutes, holders that are gonna be delivered. You know? Who gives a damn? Because they're gonna get new bodies. They're gonna get a new mind. We're gonna erase all them horrible memories. Right? We're gonna erase all the men you've been with. Then you're gonna get a new vagina. It's gonna be tight like you was when you were virgin. When your husband breaks into it, the blood of the covenant is gonna come out. It's gonna be it's gonna be just like a new woman. So we ain't concerned about what's happening to you right now in the flesh. A lot of shit happens to us daily. We're not taking these bodies with us in the chariot, man. These shits get left in the valley of the shadow of darkness where they belong. No matter what happened to you, you might have got stabbed, you might have got shot, you might have got beat up. This body is staying here. Build the spirit up there. Because the spirit is what you take. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as Cain.
What the fuck? What the fuck? They just do anything. What the fuck was they trying to get on the school? And they cars right now.
That's Babylon for you.
Yeah.
What should they do to live? Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things.
See? And that's what they're doing. They're speaking against the Lord and imagining vain things. I'm going to focus on my job, my career. That's vanity. All this shit about to disappear. What the fuck you going to do when you find out you go to work and the building empty? Because it don't exist no more. Dollars don't matter no more because it's been done away with. Now what's your purpose, woman?
You're gonna be rushing every day to go to that Walmart. In the future, you're gonna hate the fact that you see that Walmart. So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Because that's where you're gonna be at.
But now what's your purpose? Now what's your take away the job, take away the money. Now what's your purpose? Right? Our purpose is still the same. We serve the Lord. We don't need these vain things to serve the Lord. That's the beauty of it. Right? You women don't need these things to serve the man. So you're gonna find out very quickly that you need to be a woman. And that's the role you've been designed to be put in. And you're gonna love it in that day. Fuck that, I'm a woman. I am a woman and I'm running towards a man for protection that can lead me, save me, feed me, right?
Yeah, definitely that feeding thing.
Go ahead.
I'm for real.
Yeah.
Because women get hungry faster than men. So but at the end of the day, it's up to the Lord how provide that.
Y'all, you're gonna have to be special women. I'm telling you that now, because women are a nuisance. They're annoying to me. I don't like being around women too long. Even if I like you, I can't be around you that long. I can't be around you that long. If I'm not horny and we're not fucking, we ain't doing something exciting, I can't be around you that fucking long. Like, you know what?
The average,
I know that's my
the average woman, if you're not around them 24/7 and say you with brothers, what's the first thing they say?
Let's cut them.
Okay, you'll be around a man. These women don't know what they want. They don't know what
right
to
to your
converse
senses.
about. You know what I mean? So hey, at the end of the day, man, they're like you say, they're like kids, man. You gotta think about it. When you get with a woman, she starts imitating
You need
you.
to pull her ass over that tent.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Can't even see that shit.
She starts imitating you.
That's bad.
She's basically learning her personality off of you. You know what I mean? She doesn't have her own personality because she don't know what she wants. You know? That's why when we have the kingdom, everything's gonna be put in order. Then it's gonna be different.
So you women are gonna have to be a special type of woman to get taken in that day.
That's right.
Because you're gonna have to know your place. You're gonna have to know a man needs space. Right?
Right.
That's why the scripture say, just let us be called by your name. We need our own bread. We ain't gonna get in your way. Just let us be under your leadership. Right? These Shaniqas and Tonkas and all these bitches getting left here. We're not dealing with y'all mouth.
AKA city girls.
And women, that goes back to my original point I was saying a week or two ago. Cost money.
Yeah, what up, y'all?
These stuff cost money though.
I done got pulled over for
That's
my
enough.
time.
They funny.
I
They
hate
chill.
fucking
Yeah, they good too.
But yeah, man. Yeah, what was you saying?
That's funny.
Just women.
Shanikos.
Yeah, these women, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. Damn, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, they know you need space. Oh yeah, like I was saying a week or two ago, a woman don't know, they don't care about what a man is. They don't seek to understand how a man is designed. Right? Men are designed to, we literally need space. We need our man time. That's in our DNA structure the Lord put in us. We need to do man things. Our life can't revolve around you. It'll drive us fucking insane. I can't listen to you. Emotional problems. I can't listen to it. I just can't.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
We're not built to stand that shit.
Hey, guess what happened at work today?
Yeah, that's true.
Guess what Keisha did?
Especially got to
You know what I mean? We don't give a fuck about that shit.
Because men want the solution to the problem.
Right.
She don't want a solution. She just want to tell you about it so she can bring it up next week.
Kind.
Shit just ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? But women don't want to understand that men need space. You don't need no space. You tell her I'm a man. What that mean? See, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It means a lot because we're different species. We're not the same. contrary to what the devil trying to teach you.
Right.
I have a penis. You have a vagina. I have testosterone. Once a young man starts getting testosterone in his system, it literally changes him.
That's right.
When you're a boy and a girl, when a boy and a girl, that you can say, oh, okay, they kind of the same, besides their parts, because the boy ain't got his testosterone yet. He ain't went into puberty yet. She went. Once that boy goes into puberty, he starts getting testosterone. His mind starts to change. Things he craves starts to change. He gets very competitive. He gets very prideful, right? He starts developing the ego. He don't like to be challenged, and especially by no woman. He don't like to be challenged if he's a real man. But today, that's why Esau has diminished testosterone so much. They said they did the study, and they said testosterone has decreased in men by 40% since like the 50s. So all of our testosterone levels are very low. The only thing that makes us manly is the scriptures.
That's
Right.
right.
That's right.
You know, when you have a high level of testosterone, you don't like to be challenged. You don't like to, you know what I'm saying? You don't like women talking to you a certain way. You want to smack the shit out of them. Move, boy. You ready to choke the bitch?
That Beatles.
You ready to choke the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, no, I'm a man. I can only break your pieces. Don't disrespect me. But see, but they want to demasculate you with your female. Well, sometimes you talk like that. You know, a real man don't play game. They not always smiling and laughing. They're not giggling at you all the damn time. We brought the scripture out 2 weeks ago about how a man shouldn't be laughing at his son's fall. How you should always have a stern look at him. So he fears you, respects you. Like, I don't play with him. I can play with mom and sister. I don't play with them. Nah. You know? But here they teach you to be a goddamn goofball.
Yeah.
Nobody respects you. Nobody looks at you as a man because men aren't being men. Men are being simps, man. And that's what Esau fears, because what starts revolts and uprising? Men. Real men stand up for what's right. Esau can't conquer the world if real men still exist. Because real men are going to stand up for what's right. What do you see happening?
They got to bind up the strong man.
Yeah, you gotta take the strong man out of the house. The strong man ain't gonna just let you just hold on, nigga.
Right.
The strong man ain't just gonna let you just come in and just take over all the territory. Nah, nigga, we gonna fight. But see, you gotta fight the right way. We learn how to fight the right way. Right? We're fighting the right way. Right? And we're women. You know, but he don't like this. Yeah, the real men are gonna keep standing up. You know? We're not okay with you trying to calm. No, the world is ours. And you're challenging for our throne. And the Lord said, we're going into the inheritance. You trying to take our throne. That we'll, Lord willing, get from being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. Most importantly, you trying to take Yahweh Shai's throne. We ain't standing for that. You got to come to us first. And you ain't going to win. Because we coming through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 23. And
It's like
deceive.
when a woman doesn't agree with you, she's challenging you.
Yeah.
That means she's masculine.
Yeah.
A woman shouldn't challenge you. That means she's your competitor.
Yep.
You shouldn't want a competition in the household. If you say something, it should be that's what it is. And I think it should be that. You challenging it? We in competition? I don't need a competitor. That nigga go. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 23. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his laws have they despised, and denied his covenants.
Yeah, they say he is not and deny his ways. I listened to a new song with J. Cole on, and he got a verse where he say, I got a friend, smart as fuck, dumb as hell, something like that. He said there's no God since it ain't no way to prove it himself. He says, as if the volcanoes don't erupt, as if there's not a million nerves in the body working, as if the birds don't chirp. Basically saying, look, creation, motherfucker. Right? Creation tells you that there's a power.
That's right.
Because it was created. You idiot. How can something be created without a creator?
No.
The Big Bang. It's impossible for something like that to happen. And something has to be created by something. That's how it works. But because you don't see the Most High, I can't be how everything. That can't be how the earth was made. But the earth was made. Though.
Yeah.
So who made it? Simple. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 24. But his laws have they despised and denied his covenants.
Oh, they hate that there's a dietary law. Me and this brother, what was it, Wednesday? We was looking at them damn groups eating that bullshit.
Oh yeah, come.
We gonna have, they gonna have a hard time getting it right in the kingdom.
Oh yeah.
That's where the fun comes in.
Oh yeah.
Because they
Oh
eat
yeah.
eagles, they eat all type of shit.
Right. Right.
That's shit crazy. Everything.
It's still
All
alive.
type,
God,
all type of shit.
No fish and shit.
Oh,
Facts. Just imagine the pain that goes into it.
Salamanders,
Opposites live.
all type of shit.
Just imagine.
So imagine you go
They
over there
tell
to
me
those countries, the Philippines, Thailand, China, Korea.
Mark used to that shit every
Hey
day.
man, just all this shit that y'all be eating, throw it away.
You gotta stay in the
Yeah,
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the cleaners of the own shit back in the seat.
Right.
You
Right.
catch,
Right.
look. You catch them old ass trying to creep by the water and shit. You know what you doing, y'all.
They got some open toe sandals.
Right.
Got the, you know, the lobster.
God.
Dumbass over here, man.
God. The last like help me.
It's gonna be a lot of work. It ain't gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But they gonna be bucking up because that's all they've ever known. To do what they want to do, serve the gods they want to serve, eat what they want to eat, do what they want to do. They whole diet gotta fucking change. Because I'm telling you, they whole diet consists of raw food and abominable food. It doesn't consist of the dietary law of Yahweh Shah. Dietary law of Yahweh Shah is going to be established throughout the four corners of the world. The government is going to come from the nation. You're going to eat what's lawful to eat, or you're going to be judged in the court of justice.
That's right.
If you in this brother's land, part of the earth in this brother's land, you're going to have to go to this brother's court. You're going to be brought to his court. My Lord, got another one. You know what I'm saying? You may have this brother court. This brother gonna have a court. You gonna have this brother gonna have a court. This brother gonna have a court. You gonna be brought to these brothers' courts.
That's right.
If you fucking up in their land, and you gonna get judged accordingly. That brother may want to put you through a goddamn maze or some shit, Hunger Games, for his entertainment. Oh, nigga, I'm a king, yeah, but I'm gonna have fun first. You know, he didn't line up next nigga in the game. Give this nigga the stick and a fucking. They used to throw us in the Coliseum game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put dragons in the. Give this nigga the stick.
Yep. Good luck.
You know,
Put him in a tank with a big ass lobster.
Yeah.
and lowers that motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
Woo.
You like this? You like lobsters? Fuck with that one.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, conquer that motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Can his shell be pierced?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh man, we gonna have fun with y'all. Man. The scripture say, our heart should meditate. We will come up with creative ways to have enjoyment. Me and my sons gonna have a show every week. Showtime, sons. Get your goblets. We gonna drink up and watch. Nigga in the main place. On the next episode.
That nigga still trapped in that fucking room.
He ain't get out yet.
Funny thing is, you freeze pose him there until next week.
You know what I'm saying? On the next episode, man. Fuck out of here.
Pick up where you left off.
Exactly.
That's hilarious, bro.
They did it to us.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna send,
Gotta get him.
take a picture, send y'all brothers postcards.
That's
what they did to us, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look what I got them doing over here. Hope everything good over there with y'all.
Yep.
Send pictures. Yeah, right.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 24. But his laws have they despised, and denied his covenants, and in his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his work.
They denied the covenant. They denied the covenant that we had with our power. Right? They totally, they try to disannul it and add unto it. Right? You got this guy, Vocab and Dr. Brown. Look, man, give it up. Because y'all, they just making themselves look worse. Because they break down the scriptures horribly low. They don't know how to break the scriptures down. Give us a scripture that proves that those people in the land are the true people of the nation of Israel. Because Because the first day they got there, it's literally called the first day war. What scripture say when we get in the land? Scripture say when the Israelites get put back in the land, there should be peace. Now you're gonna get a bomb dropped on you the first day back.
Right.
So that already doesn't fit the scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 25.
I don't even believe it. No, you good.
Verse 25. And therefore, Esdras, for the empty are empty. Salah. For the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen. That now is withdrawn from the earth, and whoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders.
That's the blood. We're gonna see the wonders. And ain't no when the Lord said wonders, we don't even know what that means.
Right.
We just know it's something that I have never seen, ear have never heard of. You know, when he said his wonder, we don't know what the word. We just know it's something great that's gonna blow our minds.
That's right.
Scriptures even tell you our salvation shall be even more than what we even look for. We know the chariot's gonna come, but when we see the chariot actually manifest, we see the falls. It's gonna be a different. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be bugged out. Otherworldly, literally.
Yep.
Not to mention what's gonna be inside. Like just the whole experience is literally bugged out. It being up and entering into the falls, it's gonna bug you out. You might just be stationary for a minute.
Yeah, God.
Because when John got sent to John lost it. He saw the angel say, he didn't want to look up. The angel said, get up.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Brother, like, get up. He couldn't, he probably was like,
Right.
you know, and that's just one of the angels. So we go into something that's really good. Paul, he saw brothers. I can't utter what I see. I can't utter it. Don't ask me, speak on it.
Even my shop,
Yeah.
he came down.
Yeah. Had that glow. He had that glow. Yeah.
Because he was in the presence of the Lord.
That's
The
right.
scriptures tell you there's many things that he was told that wasn't written.
That's right.
He was told on it to him. You know, so what we're gonna see is gonna be far more than what we could have hoped for. So you just know you ain't gonna be disappointed. That's all I can say. Just know the Lord is not gonna disappoint you. Right? This is his great finale.
Yeah.
He ain't finna disappoint his sons.
That's what scripture says. But the Most High is not a man that way he should lie.
That's right.
You got
Father's house, there are many mansions. See, when we hear mansion, we're thinking on a carnal level of shit you see out here, right? Yeah.
Which is nice. Which is you see the right mansion, you be like, yeah, that's fucking nice.
But check this
I
out.
want a nice piece.
9 times out of 10, it's the man that can't get right that live in them things. So you think the Lord's going to have something reserved for us that's going to be on the same level as this devil?
You know,
Hell no.
the basement.
Well, the earth is his footstool. So what is he talking about when he say mansions? If the earth is his footstool. Yahweh Shah said what? I go to prepare a place so that you may be with me also. If Yahweh Shah, who has all the power, is preparing something, what is he preparing? What is he and the angels preparing? Ain't no telling.
And it's taking time for us to ready right on time. Like the brother mentioned about the mansion, that mansion that so he may have, that could be one little bathroom for it.
Because the scriptures tell you that one Israelite man shall become a nation.
That's right.
Right.
You know what a nation is? It's thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people.
Imagine how much space.
Where you gonna need to be?
Right.
You gonna need a planet.
Right. And we gonna be bigger.
I mean, it's just otherworldly what we about to inherit. And then when you meditate on these things, then you can see why. Oh, I see why he hates us.
Right.
And why he's trying to do is he's trying to do this. Because once we get that, as well, what you mean? What's his name? The battle rapper. Hitman. Ball game. You know, it's gonna be ball game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be over with. Done. Finito.
James Brown, the big payback.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Because once we're immortal, you can't do nothing with them more. You lost the battle at that point. We don't even, we're just gonna stand there and look at you. Do something. Hey, let's play. We outside now, let's play.
So it's showtime.
Just a minute.
We was just talking. We running back. We running back. You kind of throwing me off. Yeah. Oh no, we was talking about kingdom. We was talking about going into the kingdom. Yeah.
Did you want me to jump down?
Where we at?
Verse 28.
Yeah, we can go all the way down to. It's 47.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 47. For what profit is it for a man now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? O thou Adam, what hath thy done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but with all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us in a mortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
Yeah, so that's what Edris was asking the Lord. He's like, if we got all this promise to us, why are we going through the stuff that we're going through? Like, if we're Yasha, all the good princes of the power, why we got to pay taxes? Why we got to pay bills? Why we got to work a 9 to 5? Why all women ain't in order, right? Why we got to serve another nation? Why we don't have a banking system? Why we don't have a military? That's valid questions, though. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in a higher power, you will ask your higher power, like, okay, you exist, so why am I in the state that I am? Why did my nation get caught on slave ships? That's a valid question. So Ezra was asking that. Go ahead.
Verse 52.
Y'all Hebrews 11. I see the garment. That's what I asked.
Verse
Y'all
50.
study with anybody particular, or y'all just?
No, not anybody in particular. I just listening, brother. That's all.
This is the first time y'all seen us out here.
You guys, yes.
Yeah, we out here every Saturday.
GMX?
Yeah, GMS. You familiar with GMS?
Oh yeah.
What you think about GMS?
I didn't even.
In Virginia?
Yeah, we've been out here for a couple of years. We used to be in Richmond some years back.
Okay.
And we've been out here for about
3 years now? Okay.
out here. We was in Richmond for a long time.
Okay.
But so y'all familiar with GMS?
Oh, I know I am. Them the ones who kind of brought me in. I'm listening to their stuff. I was listening to some.
You come a little closer to it.
I was listening to the guys down in Houston.
Oh, the Houston Brothers. Oh, those some nice brothers.
That was years ago. That was like almost 6 years, 7, 8 years ago.
They're still the same brothers out
Yeah,
there.
they're
It's
still
a
the
little,
same.
more, but
Right.
the heads of that camp still the same.
Yeah, they're saying.
But they dealt with you peacefully though, right?
Huh? Well,
They
no,
don't-
actually, I was just listening to their video.
Oh,
I was
okay.
seeking, and then I ran across their video.
Oh, so you said that's
And I
how
was
you
like,
came in? Oh, okay.
I'm
okay.
big. I'm like, that ain't what that Bible say. But so I ran and got the Bible, and it be saying that. But like I say, that was like almost 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, when I first came in, I was actually experienced. I was listening to David. Because you know,
Okay,
Daniel
7.
Yeah, because you know when you see them, you like, oh, this is big. They got the whole organization, so it catches your eye.
How long ago was that? Because when I was listening to that, he was on the street by himself with his buddies. And then before that, he was with the One West.
One West.
Oh yeah, you talking about when he was on the microphone with that one guy?
Yeah, I was listening to him back then.
Yeah. He was just with one guy.
Yeah, me y'all stop.
Yeah, he was just with one guy, and they had regular clothes on. I know what you're talking about.
But you ever seen his older videos when he had the full garment and everything?
Yeah, man.
It's interesting.
So I mean, but y'all don't subscribe to any of the branches of camps from One West. Oh really? Are y'all with the brothers that what was the name of your
Children of Israel.
y'all don't have it no more?
I know brother out Fluid. From One West. That's want to see
No, not C-O-I.
C-O-Y.
C-O-I?
No, C-O-Y.
C-O-Y.
Y'all don't have it no more? Why is that?
after COVID and everything.
Also, y'all have like
building.
school and stuff.
Yeah, the
Oh,
building and
okay,
everything.
y'all understand that. They came and shut that down.
No, they didn't shut it. What?
Well,
was
no,
on
I
his
just,
mind?
He was running the business at the time.
just
It was hard to keep it afloat.
not necessarily keep it afloat, but you know, we just with the dynamics at that time, you know, it was beneficial. You know, it worked out that way. Then, you know, we didn't have to build it. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we stayed together. You know, we still would do things online.
Is it just y'all three? Y'all got more?
Well,
Right now,
right now it's just us.
it's us. And, you know, another brother and some sisters but we the main three right now that do what we do.
But
It's always nice to see your other Israelites and get informed on, because I never heard. There's some other brothers that teach
It's at Brandon 711.
those some cool brothers. They teach a little different from us, but we agree on most of
Is
it.
it like is it close to the guys that's in the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. They sell
that's
oils.
how
They
you
sell,
like
no, they're not.
Nah.
It's down in Texas.
They from Houston.
Yeah, they sell oils. Their oils is good
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Their oils is good.
Huh?
I have bought some songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they teach basically the same thing.
How
we
you
teach.
feel?
I'm alright.
Right.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Right.
So y'all out here every Shabbat?
Well, we don't. Yeah, so y'all think every Sabbath is Shabbat?
Huh?
Y'all think every Sabbath is Shabbat?
I think whenever you say the Shabbat is, that's what it is.
Well, we go by the new moon.
You go by the
I'm saying
so
you
gotta
familiar
rotate-
with
you
it.
go by is it would that be considered rotating Shabbat?
Yeah, so like when the new moon comes in, 7 days until the new moon. That's how we do it. But we out here every Saturday. We out here every Saturday. Lord willing, we try to go there. But we got other brothers that's still stationed in Richmond. So it's a good bit of us, but they in Richmond. But us down here in 757, that's where we usually be.
So when y'all not here, where do y'all assemble?
We stay in contact throughout the week through group chats. You know what I'm saying? We share through messages. We don't have the school, we know the GMS, we don't have still there. We still.
You feel it? Okay, you feel that? Yeah. I don't know if it's all of them or one of them or maybe more than one. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, y'all energy good.
Oh yeah.
We want it, brother. We want it. You know, there's differences there's so many differences between the Israelites. But it's supposed to be like that. Even when you read the book of Revelation, different churches, Philadelphia, Laodicea, there's different things about each church. You know, so the doctrine of Yahweh Bashar is going to come out in the end. You know what I'm saying? We're not out here. GMS, we got the order. There's an order for brothers and you got the camera. Put the camera on me. There's an order for brothers and GMS to not be going to other camps trying to force the doctrine of other camps. You know what I'm saying? We deal cordially. We debate the gospel. But you know, we know every brother has their different beliefs. You know.
That's what the scripture says, you know, man. It says what? That roughly paraphrase, let every man be persuaded on the way. So
Yeah, like you got differences like the mark of the beast. You got differences on the name. You got differences on the
My
Shabbat.
brother was asking me before we just came from Rochester. Before I wanted to get me a smoothie in the mall. That's the only reason I really go to the mall. And I always walk past the brother to say shalom or whatever. And he was like, well, who do you say? He asked me, what do you think about the current affairs in the earth? He said, what do you think about the news? I said, I don't watch the news. You're supposed to know the time. You're supposed to watch the news. I said, well, what people say I gotta watch the news. So we got in a conversation. He was asking me about who do I say, you know, the Babylon.
The daughter of
The
Babylon.
daughter of Babylon. We started kind of like going back on it in differences of thought. It's not that I'm disagreeing with you. It's just that I speak in a way to show different perspectives. So ultimately, I just said, you know, seek the Most High diligently, and with all your heart, with all your soul, and your might.
Yeah, the scripture said man got to be persuaded in his own mind. You got to see for yourself. Even when we tell brothers when they come in, don't take our word for verbatim, just be a zombie following us. And you see that in a lot of these other camps too. Not to throw anybody on the bus, but you see it often. Even you see it in GMS too. Don't just be a blind zombie. Know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And believe what you're talking about. You know, you see in certain camps, guys are just there, posting up. They're just there. And if you was to have a conversation with that brother, he wouldn't be able to break down what he truly believes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you say, whatever you believe, if you're still searching, I'm not sure if you're still searching or you setting what you believe yet, but that's for the Lord to work out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because y'all already got it. You Hebrew Israelites. You know, that's the important thing. What do y'all say the names are?
The name?
Yeah, like the
Whenever
name.
you say the name.
The Most High. Because
That's what you say the
Whenever you
name.
say the name.
we go with Yahweh being the Most High and Yahweh Shai being the Son. Yahweh Shai means He saved, which was Joshua. Joshua going back into He led us into the Holy Land.
Right.
That was Yahweh Shai's name also. And Yahweh meaning He is. Matter of fact, let's get that account with Moses from Mount Sinai when he told. Give me that. When he told Moses to tell the children of Israel what his name was.
Been a while.
Yeah, because I know GMS got a bad rep, horrible rep. You know what I'm saying? But we embrace it because when people deal with us, when people actually deal with us, they see me. We ain't rapists.
False witness.
We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't some wild dudes.
Yeah, false witness.
Yeah. Like a dude said, calling us
No, I
rapists,
mean,
man.
now there's bad fruit everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, kinda.
Judas was
Oh, yeah.
amongst
Oh,
the
yeah.
12.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't make the doctrine corrupt. Right? Judas didn't corrupt the rest of the brothers. So, you know, but you got people that poke out, oh, look at that brother, look what he's doing. Well,
Right.
you're going to have bad fruit everywhere.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Sometimes you may say something that it's right, but it's wrong. And what I mean
I know
by
exactly what you mean.
you made a statement.
Yeah.
By the definition of rape means to take.
Yeah, kind
Right.
of.
So when that came out from GMS, I know it got a bad rep.
The way it came out.
Even when I when I taught the lesson, I was like, yo, when I pay. It's exactly what it is in action. It's taken by force. It's taken without permission.
Because we actually think about, like I said, man, we live in a different society, and society teaches the new speech and new words
Right.
about how they conduct themselves compared to how it was back then. Because back then, like I said, men actually took care of, that also, and was actually protected. But nowadays, like I said, it's a different story. Like I said, women don't need men now.
Right.
Yeah, the Western.
They
I mean,
they push.
Well, they push, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I
the,
understand.
I
the
also make
Western,
that
the Western mindset.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to be okay with that. Even with like this week, Uganda, right?
Yeah.
Uganda said, look, if you were LGBTQ
Yeah, they-
with the
yeah.
alphabet, or we locking you up and
Yep.
give you death penalty.
Yep.
Now everybody, I looked on social media, right? People have that westernized mindset. People were like, that's not right. That's not right. Because they're not used to that stuff. So when people hear the word rape, they think of, oh, he took a brick, beat her to death, and so like that's not what it means.
Those levels of consciousness. It's levels of consciousness. And what I mean by consciousness is like you have child, adolescent, young adult, elder. So we can say the same thing. And each one on a different level of their consciousness and awareness, they're gonna understand it as such. And it doesn't make the child's understanding better or worse than the adolescent understanding.
Yeah, you absolutely correct in that, because what does the Lord tell his disciples? Come to me like babes.
Yeah.
So when you come in, you are a baby. And you grow. So you understand. As long as you stay in what you're learning, though. Because once you step out of what you're learning, now you've been thrown off, so you gotta start all over again. If you stay consistent in anything, it's like if you're boxing, right? We was talking about boxing earlier. And you with a fight. If you switch trainers mid preparation for the fight, you literally got to start all over again. That trainer gonna have a whole different game plan when the fight comes.
Yep.
Your other trainer might have said, we're gonna lead with the jab. This trainer may say, we're gonna let him come at us and then we're just gonna play defense.
So let me answer your question.
Of course.
Based on that statement. What if you get into that flow state?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What if you get into that flow state? The spirit will come to consciousness and causes you to change.
So I can hear you.
You get into a flow state. That's what we call it today. It's like Michael Jordan say, I just threw the ball.
Oh yeah, he's
Big,
Black
right?
Mamba mode.
It's a state of consciousness
Zone out.
and awareness, and when you're in tune and connected, and in that you're getting divine. What's the word I'm looking for? You're being instructed to move a certain way that's different than what you were trained.
You're in the spirit.
Right. So I mean, you're correct, but I'm just saying sometimes your situation and circumstances, the Most High actually moves you to move different.
Oh, of course.
Southpaw, you go to another stance or whatever the case may be, because you might be on the ropes.
You might be getting your ass.
Right.
But see, now in that instance, then you just a man that the Lord dealing with.
Right.
But if the Lord ain't dealing with you,
Right.
your ass gonna get fucked up in there. You know, so you know. But let's get that let's get that scripture because we always got it. We don't want to talk too much without reading scripture. The Exodus.
Exodus 3.
Yeah, I got it.
Because we was talking about the name.
The book of Exodus, chapter.
3.
Hold on a second. So
You can switch it back off.
okay, Con. The book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse.
Yep.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 13. And Moses said unto the Most High, and Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and they shall shall say unto them, the God of your fathers have sent me unto you.
Yeah, because that word God that means what? Power, Allah. So that because there's many gods. You know, your God can be Buddha, your God can be Jay-Z. Right? So when people say I worship God, who's your God? You gotta be specific. So that's what Moses was saying. He said, you know, when they ask what God has sent me, what should I tell them? Go ahead.
The God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say unto me, what is his name?
Yeah, so what's his name? Christians. It ain't God. Go ahead.
What shall I say unto them? Verse 14. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
He said, I am, right? So he's saying, I am. He's speaking in first person. He's speaking in first person.
Right.
Moses can't say I am. Right. Then Moses will be speaking in first person. Right. So that's why what the Lord's about to say is very important. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And God said, moreover
what I just told you. He said, I am. Moreover, so over what I just told you, Moses, go ahead.
Moreover unto Moses, thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers.
The Lord. Now, when you get the Lord in all caps, in the Bible, what does it show? Yahweh. It has a what you call the tetragrammaton. Right? And there's many scriptures that tells you the Lord is his name. Lord is his name. Lord, when it's in caps. Because you can be a Lord. You're supposed to be a Lord over your woman. Right? The Lord just means master. And when you see that Lord in caps, that's the Most High's name. That's how the Lord put it in the scriptures for you to crack the code. You know?
Thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name forever.
That's his name. That's his name. So that's what
I got a conversation.
Let me finish wrapping this out. Same verse. And this is my memorial unto all generations.
Just wanted to bring a scripture.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 30 and 4. It says, who have ascended up into the heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou can tell?
It's Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 8. I am the Lord, that is my name.
When you see Lord, there is some caps. You know? I am, they know what it is.
Okay.
I am the Lord, that is my name.
And my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
Just told you. I am the Lord. You know, it ain't God. It ain't Allah. Allah means power.
Okay.
Many powers. Even the sons of Jacob are going to be powers. Right? Even Yahweh Shah, who the world called Jesus, he told his disciples, is it not written in the law that ye are gods? Even the sons of Jacob are gods. Right? Even Satan is a god. He's a son of God. On the left hand side. Job. Concept of God. Go here.
This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9. Verse 9. It says, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent."
That's the Hebrew that was taken away from us. You know, which is we constantly learning that. You know, it's a battle because they put on this English bullshit, which is the worst language in the history. Right? English is stupid. You can say it in so many different ways. So, if you ever rode a flight out of the country, what's the main language in English? You can be flying in South America. You can be flying. The whole plane. I'm on the plane. It's me and one other American, right? They speak English.
Everybody know English, right?
They don't understand you. But that also shows you who's in control of the earth.
Right.
Who's in control of the aviation system throughout the earth.
International flight language.
It's not our people.
Why you think that is, though?
What's more?
Well, you know, it's like a lot of times we say, Israel's not in control of it. And yes, we can default and say that, it's because of the curses that we're not in control of anything. Which is just like the base thing to say. Yeah, but why though?
You do it, man.
That's all they get. It also goes back to
You can also get down.
this is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says the earth.
And get Second Thessalonians, the son of perdition.
This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Yeah, that goes into the Renaissance, right? Iconoclasm, whitewashing everything. When the Moors is ruling, whitewashing, covering everything, right? Covering up history. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So when you look at how the earth is ran, right? The banking system, the military infrastructure, the food industry. You look at every major food brand, every major farm, every major industry that helps the earth run, it's owned by a so-called white man. It's owned by Edomite family. Even when y'all said something about the C190, when you look at all the brands of the potion, all the CEOs that created the brands of the potion, so-called Jews, so-called white people. Right? The World Economic Forum that tells you put a mask on your face, social distance with all so-called white people. They literally have the public affairs, right? Even the banking system right now. You just had I'm almost there. You just had a so-called banking collapse with this bank, Silicon Valley Bank, right? How did they get out of that situation? Now they told them they wasn't gonna bail them out, but they ended up being bailed out. By who? Federal Reserve. Who owns the Federal Reserve? We couldn't bail them out. We don't have the power to bail nobody out. We don't have that system. So that's what I mean. Like when I said we don't have control. We don't have control to dictate and move the earth the way we would want it to be. The most sides. If that makes sense to me.
I understand what you're saying, but it didn't tackle the why.
Oh,
so
why?
So for an example, right? Predominantly, right? People of color. We have a sphere of influence across the globe.
The biggest.
You understand what I'm saying? So to me, that perpetuates perhaps maybe an idea that there's a lot of power that we do have. Whether or not we are channeling that and using that appropriately, that's probably another discussion. So one thing that I would ask the group is like, well, I hear a lot of times, like a lot of our brothers and sisters, we default to the white man. The white man is doing this, the white man is doing that. It could be well and true.
It's that, but it starts with us first. It starts with us first. Our people are in a disarray, and it goes back to they've always been in a disarray before we even was brought to America. We was born in Africa. Right? You had tribes. I don't know if you've seen the movie Woman King. I thought that shit was gonna be some feminist bullshit, but it actually showed some good history of the what's the name? No, I'm not the name of the tribe that was the homie. They were
pretty much the same region, but there was another group that was
we're the same people, but they were okay with the rest of their brothers and sisters being sold as long as they weren't from the Dahomey tribe. So we were always out of disarray order. Now, going to your question, why I think I understand it now. You know, it begins with us, right? We're out of order. You know, black culture, which is the worst thing that ever happened to our people. Right? Black culture, this gotta be. I gotta tote a gun. I gotta sell a gun. I gotta be a man bitch. I gotta be a thug. I gotta be a gangster. Mine is all thrown over the place. You can't come together in unity. Can't nothing be done. First and foremost, Scripture said, "A house divided cannot stand." That's first and foremost. Now, when you look at when we did try to come together and do something, this is when the so-called white man comes into play. That's why I say there's two things. Because when we did get the unity, like Black Wall Street, for instance, which was many Black Wall Streets. We had them in North Carolina. We had them in Chicago. We had them all over. When we did come in unity and finally build something, then this nigga comes in. That's when he becomes the problem. Because now he comes and says, I don't like that. And he has the power to destroy what you just built. Now, I think it was a couple months ago, I was watching the Black Wall Street documentary. I didn't know exactly how every intricate detail, how it took place. And I'm thinking, that's crazy as hell that they were able to just go in there and just bomb up people's banks, people's institutions, schools, and leave like it was nothing. And these people, they built that by themselves. So that's why I say it's twofold. It is the so-called white man, but it starts with us. So now, since it starts with us, how do we come to unity, right? Well, it's a big thing that we believe that the curses have us in a place where there's not going to be unity until the Lord comes back and makes us all unified. It's only going to be unity amongst the believers, right? Because we've been out here, you know, brothers have been out here for a little minute, you know, teaching, and we've encountered all different types of our people. You know, I mean, I'm talking to the point they want to shoot us. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain of them that ain't gonna get it. We've been through some stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's been off just leaving them alone. They'll literally kill you just because of their pride. Right. So there's not going to be no unity with the whole nation right now in the flesh. It's just not going to happen. It begins with the believers. So that's what we believe it starts with. And that's what we call the elect. The people that are willing to listen and learn. That's where the unity comes in. And then we get the Lord's backing, because the Lord is only dealing with the elect. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the unity there is what's going to take the man down. Right? The unity with the whole nation is just not going to happen. Black culture has destroyed it too much. Yep. Too fucking much. You know, we grew up around these guys. A lot of our friends just fall on this. The pride is just on over and over. You know, you tell him something you don't like, and it's like he hates it. Which people have I'm gonna let you use it, but which is why a lot of people have a problem with the camps, because when you come out of the world, you don't like having men tell you, what to do, or get in order. Because a lot of us never had fathers, never had men to show us what it is to be a man. So you think a man telling you to do something is like, okay, I'm trying to be. But you'll go to the military and have men do all type of wild stuff to you just to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So if you truly believe upon this, then you should be okay with being rebuked by a brother that wants to see the best in you. You know what I'm saying? As long as if a brother's willing to break you down, as long as he's able to build you up, that's perfectly fine. Now, if he's breaking you down and he ain't building you up, now that's a nigga. Right? But if he sees impurities within you, and it's vice versa. Yeah. But when you love a brother, you see something that needs to be, you break him down, you tell him the problem, but you provide him with something. Right? The scripture says if he listens unto you, then you've gained the problem. Right. But if he's like, oh, fuck you got problems too. Right. We all got problems. Right. You can't get no good. All right, so
I love the train of thought without. However, based on what you said though, like what discernment does one have to know when somebody's trying to uplift you and break you down to build you back up? And how do you know that that person's not trying to break you down and build you back up in their life? How do you discern that?
Get what you read earlier in Corinthians about Paul.
And why he's looking for that? It's like it's similar to something I was saying to the other brother.
That's a good question.
It's like I left them with seek the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, all your mind. That's not another man's knowledge. So in that statement alone, it's like what you're teaching right now, what you're putting out here is a doctrine based on what you all believe, and what you believe. It's kind of like
Indoctrination.
Of course, but what you believe, right? You outsource back into the reality. Meaning, every time you read the scripture and you believe that, when you see things happen in the world, you're gonna always, it's a cognitive dissonance type of thinking. So you're gonna always bring everything back to that particular state of awareness based on the level of consciousness that you're at. I was in the military, so I've been around the world. I've seen things that are true and some things that are not true. And having that experiential dealing with that experientially, it's like I can't let another man's belief trump my experience. So I go back to that question, like, how do you discern?
Well, it's a good thing that we got brothers that was in the military. These brothers in the military. We got other brothers that was in the military. But that's a very good question, because we had this was years ago, we had a head of our camp. Right. And he got to a point where he started teaching things he wanted to impart, right? That he thought was doctrine. He straight off what we had learned, right? Now in that situation, you're sitting there, you don't want to feel like you're going off because he's the head. You want to keep order for the sake of humility. Like, I feel easy about this, but I don't want to step on any toes. But it came to a point where the real leadership, our elders, right, got a hold of what was going on. And that man and many other heads were cast off, and other heads were propped up. Now, when a man is breaking you down and trying to instill things in you, we always, like you said, keep on his our belief. But we didn't come up with this. We have teachers that's been doing this over 30 years, right?
So, not to interrupt you, but to interrupt you. So it's their belief.
Well, all our beliefs, because we've been persuaded in our own minds. We truly believe, even though we learned this from them.
Right.
Hey, give me an X.
I got you.
Remember I say something smart on that?
Hold on.
Okay,
Give me.
good.
I don't want to lose train of thought. Get Paul.
I got ready.
Because we learned this from them, and that's why I said that earlier. You don't just want to be a blind zombie. So it was a lot of studying, a lot of research we had to do on our own part to see if, okay, do I really believe what these men are saying? Because when I first heard the Elder Apostle Great Millstone, they were cussing, they were vulgar with it. I'm like, oh. But then I started seeing consistency, and I'm seeing people coming up, regardless of how they were saying it. The people that were coming up debating weren't bringing valid points to negate the scriptures, right? And they were calling themselves Bible believers. So I'm like, okay, if we're going to believe the Bible, these men are teaching the Bible, and they're not able to disprove what they're saying. So we decided that this has to be the truth. Because the truth, it's just something you have to believe. It's like, you can't make another man believe. But read that Paul, because I want to give these two scriptures real quick.
Yeah, but yeah, you pretty much explained what I was about to say.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, and it says 1 Corinthians 11:1, and it says, "Be ye followers of me, even I also of Hamashiach." Now,
so Paul was telling the church of Corinth, "Be ye followers of me, as I am of Hamashiach," right? As I am of the Messiah. So Paul wanted other men to literally follow him because the Messiah had died at that time.
Right.
So he needed these churches to follow him. Now, them men could have said, "You're a man, we're not going to follow you." But Paul was giving them sound advice that I'm following the best that I can in my flesh what I learned from this Messiah, right? So when men come up and we're teaching them this that we've been passed down from our elders, if they want to believe upon this, as long as we state on what we've been taught and we're straight from it, they believe upon this, then we're leading them on the right path, because this is the belief they decided to go into. Now, if we start teaching something different from our elders, now we're going wrong, right? Because it's about keeping order. Like if IUIC guys started teaching something different from Nate, you're going off.
Right.
Because that's who you learn from.
But
You see what I'm trying to.
I see what you're saying.
Give me action real quick, then I'm gonna let him
This is Acts chapter 8. I'll start
get
at
it.
verse.
Because it has to come through men. That's just how the Lord set it up.
So you're saying the Most High could only deal.
He don't have to do it that way. That's just how
But
he's
you say
done.
it has to come from him.
That's how the Lord sets it up. You know, that's just how he said. When you look at the account with Moses, right? When he did those miraculous events and
Right.
led them out of Egypt,
Right.
but he chose a man for them to follow. He didn't have to do that.
But they
Now,
all-
and when they bucked up, I know. When they bucked up against Moses, right, Miriam and Aaron, they said, the Lord is not only dealing with you, Moses. He's dealing with us all, right? You're just a man, Moses. What happened to Miriam? She was plagued with leprosy, and Aaron was also jealous. So the Most High, he uses men. He's always his many saviors. You got Joshua. You got Moses, you got David. You know what I'm saying? Men had to follow David because the king was Saul at the time. Remember Samuel went and anointed David, but Saul was still the king. But you had men that decided, I believe that David's the man. David even had to correct people when it came to Saul. He was like, look, don't curse Saul. Even though Saul is being wicked right now, he's still the king of the nation. Even though I'm being anointed, he's still the king. So respect him. You want to follow me, that's cool, but still respect Saul. So the Lord, we're in the flesh. You know, we're in the flesh. So the Lord uses me. That's just how you're going to do it. Now, if he wanted to, he could just come and this. There's an account where they asked him. They said, Moses, we don't want to listen to you no more. We want to hear the Most High ourselves, Moses.
That's not it.
So when they said that, Moses, the Most High told them let them prepare themselves, do the purification process, and I'll speak with them. Right. Then when he spoke with them, he said, Moses, get this demon-like power away from us, kill us. Right? So obviously he's a power that only select men can deal with. The men that have the spirit that he puts in them to deal with. Okay, good. Oh, read Acts and then I'm done. I know they're holding on to it.
Acts 8 and verse 26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south, into the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is the desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, an eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure and had come to worship Jerusalem for to worship, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet, and the Spirit said,
So he was reading the scroll of Isaiah. Go ahead.
It says, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, Understandest thou what thou readest?
So Philip asked him, you understand the scroll that you're reading in Isaiah?
Right.
It says, verse 31, and he said, How can I, except some man should guide me?
How can I understand except some man guide me?
That's right.
Now, I don't care what craft you in, what trade you in, whether you're a welder, whether you're a carpenter, whether you're a boxer or athlete, you need a man to train you. A man that's been in it, a man that's firm and has consistency. He ain't leave off from it. He stayed in that. Right? Everybody got a different teacher. That's why everybody have different classes. But you want to learn from somebody that stayed in it. So we decided the reason why, to sum this all up, the reason why we chose the Apostle Great Millstone, when you look at One West, those men, when One West broke up, they stayed diligent.
Right.
They didn't take a break and recoup and rebuild. They stayed diligent. They stayed out there before YouTube started popping off like 07, 08, when we started seeing the influx of different GMS branches. They were out there, right? Now a lot of these other heads from the camps that branched off from One West, they took a little break. Nate was doing his thing with the guy, but Johanna,
he was telling people
he was nowhere to be seen. Now, you know, they weren't nowhere to be found. Now they popped back up. SUPK and HODC, House of David, they popped back up when YouTube started flourishing. GOCC. Yeah, you started seeing them pop back up when YouTube started becoming a thing. But when the school first broke up, and you had all that confusion going on, and the 2000 prophecy didn't come to pass, all of those heads took a break. Then they came back. The elders and apostles were great. This doctrine, they stayed out teaching. Stayed out teaching. You know, so that's why we decided to do. So we teach brothers, as long as we're teaching what they're teaching us, then follow us. That's what we tell. If you want to believe this, if you don't, that's okay. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, the scripture say be in season, be instant in season and out of season.
Yep.
And I think Elder Apostle Hall, literally, I'm talking about out in the highways and byways.
Yeah.
36 years.
Plus.
I'm not talking about this, even to this day, the elders out there with the white wool hair, out in the highways and byways teaching. You know, I just think that's a very commendable trait. For any, if a man believes in anything, I don't care what it is. If you be standing on the street for 30 plus years, that's a man I like I said, we don't try to make nobody believe anything, but you know.
I just have some questions.
And then there's a lot that could, a lot of, we say it all the time, brothers in these other camps, we believe a lot of brothers in these other camps are gonna come together. Like now, before the Lord even comes back, we might start agreeing with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's starting to happen, so things take time, you know what I'm saying? But the most important thing is that we're Hebrew Israelites, we're breaking out of the damn spirit. There's so much history that we've been through as our families are messed up, minds are messed up. You know, even when you go to college, you see how they're so focused on their career, but they're losing the spiritual side of it. You know, you get lost in career, and you get the career, and you still empty. It's like, but our people been taught, I gotta make it in America, America is just a country. If you ever been outside the country, they were totally different. They have different values. But people that never left America think America is the end all be all, and it's not. But for our people that's so restricted, a lot of our people, sadly, they never left Norfolk. Literally, never left Norfolk.
So do you think it's an American thing, or is it just the...
I think it's wherever that plans it, that planet that right. is. Because you got other nations that think wherever that doctrine. What's it? What you would do to YouTube? I'll check it out. So it's just fourth number 4.
Everything we have in the 4th after you are
Okay, fourth principle.
So it's like the question is we'll talk about these things about like
that's a bad show too.
Curses and whatever, but you could also say the curse is a mindset. It's like each one teach one, whether you elevating consciousness and you're teaching each other, and then you're going out and making things happen because the Most High gave us blessings and curses wherever you go. And a lot of people, and what I used to teach was, you know, a lot of people always talk about the curses, but we all didn't go into the same curse. You know,
that's true too.
The main curse is for the nation. The main blanket, whatever, is for the nation. But then you have individualized curses. You have curses for the kings and the sons of the kings and so on and so forth. You have curses for it's just different. Some people never left Israel. They're still there to this day.
Some people
went to Assyria, Babylon, and they were in prominent positions, just like in America.
The Benin's, the Ashantis, you got a lot
all
of
that.
stuff.
So what I'm saying is, it's people over the centuries, over the times that have stood in high positions, even as kings of what we consider third world country nations and so on and so forth. So it says, but pray for the peace of the land that you're in. Pray for peace first. Pray for peace first. So it's like the question is it the construct that we perpetuate based on those around us, like you know, whatever.
I see.
Just like you guys, it's a conscious that you're trying to uplift the people by holding on the scriptures going on what your elders and your teachers teach you, and then you're spreading that. It's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? We can say the spirit, but it's many spirits that go out in this world. And it brings more like minds to whatever that conscious of that spirit is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't stand in a position of looking at all so-called African Americans the same, because they're just not.
The only thing I would say to that is the main curse that did stick to us is the fact that, going back to the power thing, right? Now we did have kingdoms, but when it was time for them Europeans to rise up, and Queen Isabella, and they gave out them decrees to go to Africa, and the French, the British, you know, when they went out and they started conquering, nobody has been able to take them down since. You look at them banking families, I'm gonna let you. You look at them banking families, the central banking cartels that have a central bank in every major nation.
Right.
When you go into history, they really go back to them ancient European families that came out during the Renaissance period. So they've been in power for very long. Now, when we look at a power level, I'm talking about world. I'm not talking about, we can get from up under the KKK and Jim Crow. No, we thinking on a bigger level than that. We trying to get rid of these people that control the food that comes in our stores, and we just whatever they got in the stores, that's what we got to choose from. But then if you get a private farm, well, you can only do this on your farm. Right. Oh, we only got these seeds for you. Oh, Monsanto. Well, who controls all this shit? So that's the power we're talking about. We want power to control the agriculture industry, right? We want power to control our own nation. We don't want you to tell us we need to put a mask on our faces. So we don't hope. How do you even have that power in the first place? Who voted for the World Economic Forum? Who voted for Europe to dictate on what we should do? Now they're moving toward the money system, to a whole digital system. And there's nothing nobody can do to negate it, because they can crash the system because they propped it up. They in control of it. The stock market, they in control of it, so they can break it down whenever they want. We don't want that. We want control over the money system.
I don't think that we do. You know what I'm saying? Because if we did, then we would do it.
Oh no, I'm speaking about us.
No. I'm talking about our culture as a whole. Right?
Such as
so all of it.
No, I'm saying like the initial point. You said you don't think we would.
I'm talking about so-called Israelites.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I don't think that we do. Right? So like I've heard or I hear a lot of us say this a lot. Right? Well, he controls. Right? And I think that when we utter that as a belief system, right, you give power to that belief. Give power to that sentiment.
Doesn't it already have power though? Isn't that just a fact?
I mean, it's no different than the calf that the Israelites built.
True.
They thought that was the Most High.
So
and they put their energy towards whatever that was. Right, and it was destroyed, right? But that's where their focus was. That's where their intention was, right? It wasn't appropriated or fixated on the Creator.
I get what you're saying.
It was something. I'm gonna call it the priming effect, right? So, the priming effect is like you have these instances whether they in your past, you either hold on to them consciously or subconsciously, right? And as you go through your day-to-day routine, right? You're primed to a certain type of belief, and you'll respond in a certain type of way. And what I've seen that's happened is that you brothers are very intelligent, right? The Most High crafted you in such a way that I think that is remarkable for our people. But for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, like we hold on to the idea, we hold on to the fact that whoever he is, you want to call him the white man. You want to call him the power structure, whatever you want to call it. You hold on to the fact that he's stronger than you, or he's better than you.
We never said that.
No. What? So
I just said he got power to earth.
This is what I'm saying, right? When you vocally say, "Well, I can't because he does."
I never said we can't neither.
Unless I heard wrong.
I never said we can't. I never said we can't.
So why don't we?
That's the whole
That's-
big picture.
Why what hold on. What is it in
I want to
you?
hear what you about to say.
What is it in you that says that you can't?
Well, we can, but we just believe we can only do it through the Spirit of God. Right?
The evidence.
That's the way we believe. We
I
can
feel you, but the evidence is that you don't. We don't do it.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
So,
what I'm
You're
saying
standing.
is,
Go ahead. That's okay.
he's trying to say is that if you want a garden and you want to, and we want to get all y'all brothers to eat, or you want your brothers to eat, go get a garden.
I hear what you're saying.
It's a field somewhere. Somewhere in this neighborhood or in the other neighborhoods is a clean slate. Don't go, and you don't see nobody go over there.
What would you want in your garden? What would you
Anything you want.
Food, okay.
Any kind of food.
Okay, so let's say.
You know, let's just say watermelon.
Okay.
Go get some watermelon seeds.
So let's say.
let's go get it.
Let's say a major economic collapse would have happened,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's banks were depleted. There's no more money. There's no way for us to continue with our farm. What's the solution?
I don't deal in those type of hypotheticals because they're made up. Anything, any scenario we get because
We don't believe that.
any
We believe that it could happen.
But it has
it
to.
could.
But if it were to happen, what would be your solution? That's the whole point. That's the one
We'll
reason I
handle
brought
that
it
when
up.
we get there.
Well, what would be the
Because
solution?
watch this. Because I've done the scenario.
And I know where y'all coming from. I know where y'all
I have
coming
a
from. And
bunker.
I'm not saying that's
get-
wrong to have your. I'm not saying that's wrong. I just don't think I just don't believe that way is going to get you out of the picture
Right.
because we tried it
Right.
as a people.
Right. So it's to say like I want to be a good athlete and I tried to shoot, but in my first week of trying, it didn't work. So now I'm not going to try no more. So going back to what I was saying is I have a bunker in my backyard in my so-called property. Because even in Israel, the king was taxing everybody. But anyway, I got my property and I got 6 years worth of this, 6 years worth of water, 6 years of whatever. I'm in Hampton. I live in Chesapeake. I got a plan. If this junk happens, I'm going to my bunker, boom, 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 boom. All the bridges from Hampton, anywhere I can go, is shut down. I can't get back home.
Because we don't have control over that. That's another thing.
That's
we
not
don't
the
have
point
control
I'm
over.
making. The point I'm making is
I'm just saying,
I
yeah,
have a
I understand.
plan,
I get what you're
but
saying.
when the hits the fan, I can only react in that now moment. Everything else, the past is memory, and sometimes we remember it wrong. The future is
You don't
my
wanna focus on- you don't
imagination,
wanna
so
focus
I'm making it up.
Okay, so we're
what am I
staying in there.
So what am I actively doing now?
Okay,
Am I-
we're staying in there.
Okay.
But I just want to stay on the main topic because I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm not saying you can't have their own thing. We got brothers that have their own thing.
Right.
Like, we don't have control. To be able to do things, you need money. Right? The point I'm trying to make is at any time, if he wants to say I'm changing the whole system, you don't have the power to stop it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
The Israel have control.
Say it again.
Once we ask for a king, then we have control.
Who gave you the kingdom?
You gave yourself the king.
So the Lord didn't give it. The Lord didn't give it.
You asked for that.
You ask for it.
But the Lord still had to give it to you. In His time.
That's a redundant
We
question.
asked, but
There's only
it
the
didn't
Lord.
come immediately. It didn't come immediately.
Every man's
Oh, you
power
did.
comes from the Lord.
It didn't come
Every
immediately.
man's power comes
What,
from the Lord.
what is it? Hold on. What's the scripture? What's the scripture that says that the Most High gives power to a man? Is it not written in the book?
Yeah.
The Most High ruler for the
Right.
kingdom.
So what I'm saying is,
So the Most High gives it. That's what I'm
until
saying.
you asked for a king,
I'm not negating that, but I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying
I'm just
you
saying the Most High gives it to you.
I feel I'm with you. We saying the same
Yeah,
thing.
we ask it. We ask
So had you not asked, that would have been a part of your reality.
it. So what do you think, now that you said it, what do you think they were not asking for?
I'm sorry.
What do you think they were not asking for? Since you said that you don't believe in Hebrew Israelites.
I'm gonna use it. This is another teacher. If I punish my child and put him in a corner and say, hey, don't move. Sit there, be quiet until 8 o'clock or until I come get you. And then I leave and my son is come out the corner and go, yo man, this is wrong. I shouldn't be in this corner. I shouldn't be here. Am I disobedient? So are we doing what children do? I'm asking because
So say that again. Let me understand.
if did the Most High allow us to be in this position?
If He's the Most High, He allows him.
Right. So we're in this like minded or have that potential to lift up.
Again, unity.
Right.
When you speak about earlier.
When does it get to a point that we're actually doing more and actually, how can I say it? I'm trying to find the right words. Have some fruit. Like when I say tangible, I mean like, listen, you know, we're doing this word, boom, boom, boom.
I get exactly what you're saying, but
You see what I'm saying?
now it depends on what you want, right? And what you believe is the way to go, right? Now, if you saying me, then I say we have many fruit,
Right.
Because we're growing and growing. We're brothers that are standing this thing for years, because we believe what we're doing is enough. We believe we were called to come out here and push the word out, right? And as this man's empire declines through the spirit, the more brothers waking up, pushing the word out, as the empire's declining, we're gonna let the word go, because we don't believe that it's for us to physically try to build a bank or to get land over here and get taxed on it by the powers, continue to be under his paperwork, license for this, a license for that.
Right.
We try to get the one on it. We believe the only way for it is to our way of crying and asking is coming out here
That's interesting.
and teaching. That's why we believe we're doing it. But if your belief is we believed our way out of it, because I know exactly where y'all coming from now. We believe we should be forcing it back and putting our hand to the plow physically, manually
For our
doing it.
families, right.
And of course, that's the way you see it. Which
Right.
I'm not negating.
And when
that
this place declines, then
I'm not negating that at all.
Right,
That's
right,
actually
right,
wisdom.
right.
Right? If you're able to do that, and you have the means to do that, that's wisdom. I'm just saying that the ultimate savior is Yahweh, the Most High, right? And we believe that we're not gonna get out that way.
Right.
It'll be helpful.
Say get out of what?
Get out of captivity. Yeah, get out of captivity. We believe we have to be miraculously saved from this power structure that has taken over the whole earth now.
Let me ask you this question.
Of course.
Before the spies went into the land, well, we got
Are you talking Joshua and Caleb?
Okay. Before they went over there, right? It's written that the Creator said to them, "Hey, look, don't worry about the giants. That's already been delivered, right? That was thus saith the Most High. We all agree with that.
Yeah.
That was thus saith the Most High. Only 2 people affirmed that in their mind, that was the truth. 10 other people said, no, that's not so. Right?
I'm listening.
No, we agree with that?
Say it again.
So, only Joshua and Caleb,
Spies, yeah.
right, affirmed what the Creator said.
Yeah, they went on faith and did what they had to do. They followed men, which goes back to the original point.
Say what?
I said they followed men.
Okay. But the others, they didn't. They saw something else despite what they were told. Why?
You always gonna have that. That's a balance. You always gonna have those that it's balance in everything. You're gonna have those that follow, those that don't, those that agree, those that you gotta have balance in everything. That's the most high, evil, good, light, darkness. That's the simplest way I can put it, but you always gotta have the opposite spectrum.
For me.
No.
I don't know what your ultimately you're going to
I got what you're saying, and yes, you're right.
And you can tell me what you
No, you're right in what you're saying. But what I would add to that is that I think where we're coming from, and as we discourse with each other, I think we both say the same thing about the state of awareness.
just saying in different ways.
And personally, I don't hold on to the fact that I have to be a cursed individual. You know what I'm saying? To do what the Creator has shown me what I have to do. Because that's not relevant to my experience. You feel what I'm saying?
And also, one can say in certain cases not relative to the state of awareness. Because there's things going on right now in Russia, Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily fully relevant to what I have going on here. It's not to say that whoever's watching the news every day, whoever's engrossed in that information for whatever their reasons are, is wrong. It's just that each man has been appointed his own, the spirit of the Creator on saying?
Everybody
And
has a role to play
pretty
on
much
both sides.
what you're saying is you all's focus is on your particular areas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I understand that we have a different focus in areas. And it's
There's nothing wrong
okay.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that
Because
at all.
everybody has to play their position.
There you go.
That's where it comes out. If I'm trying to play your position, then I'm out of place.
Yeah. I'll say you like this. It may be, I may be, let's say it was, I know y'all don't like looking up hypotheticals, but let's say it was a situation where it was chaos. Me being a brother that was just out here teaching, I didn't have the phone. I wasn't prepped. I may run into a brother like you. Right. You become, that's, so I'm not saying that's wrong at all. But I mean, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But y'all got anything else? We usually wrap it up right.
By the way, can I get your podcast? Because
It's hard to get my brother over here, man.
the podcast information you get, like a piece of paper. I wanna-
It's four first.
Yeah, y'all got. I didn't get y'all name. What's y'all name?
I'm a body.
Okay.
Ash.
Obaya.
Ash.
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 Amataza.
Ayash.
No. Okay.
Oh, y'all
Brother, when you gonna
The car.
No.
Malakia, Kazakia.
Malakia, Kazakia. What you say your name was?
Hey man, let's talk about that.
Y'all was good, man. I wouldn't imagine that from a GMS.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate
Don't spread the
y'all.
word.
This one got no bad rap now.
Don't listen to them. You say you gotta get your own experience.
I listen to your best.
I can't control it.
I listen to the back of the case, you know what I'm saying?
Now, if you see us wild out on a different vacation, remember that's the balance.
Listen, the fourth principle is about balance. So it's I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept of the 7 hermetic principles. Right. So the fourth principle is polarity, and all this you see in the scriptures, man. Polarity is hot and cold, right? Where does hot and cold begin, and vice versa? It's really one thing at 2 different degrees, 2 different measurements.
So it's just y'all three on the podcast.
We invite people on.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
You know, it's just however the Spirit leads us. You know what I'm saying? However the Spirit leads us.
We will go ahead and close it up, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Y'all
All right,
wanna pray out or
shalom,
something?
Well, we do a little. You can stay and see how we, you know.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, I gave you up.
Be safe, man.
Shalom, shalom.
Oh, did y'all have anything?
Yeah, well, man, we had a lot.
I'm saying, did you have anything like to close out with? Or I got
Oh, no, you didn't have one.
This is St. John chapter 18 and verse 36. And Yahweh Shai
brothers,
answered.
the way I dealt with them was for a reason like that. You don't have to,
Yeah, kind of.
you know, you don't have to always. Y'all been going wrong. Y'all don't. You know, sometimes just good to just build a discourse. You know?
Right.
I was back here because, hey, the scripture says, if all possible, be, peaceful with all men. You know, that's what we did with it accordingly. You know, like I said, you know what I mean? Like I said, we don't want to stereotype saying, GMS, you know what I mean? Like I said, we correlate, hey, as the Spirit would, man.
That's right.
You know, whether they believe or not. At the end of the day, it's up to the Lord.
That's right.
Of course, brothers know they were saying some things that were wrong. They don't believe that they are the persons and stuff. Look, man, we don't have to go tit for tat.
That's right. That's right.
When Jacob's trouble hits, that hypothetical, when it hits his door, he gonna remember what?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all
right.
it has been.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Who said they had a piece of it?
It's St. John chapter 18 and verse 36. Yahweh Shai answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, and I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now is my kingdom not from him. So that's going back to the point where, you know what I'm saying, well, why are we not doing it? This isn't our kingdom, this is not our rest. You know, we're waiting for our Savior to come save us so we can establish our kingdom on the earth.
And just back you up, then, so just to back you up, so then what was the point of basically Yahweh Shai's sacrifice? Because back then it would have been, who was it that cut the Rome's ear? I forgot. Peter, you know what I mean? Like I said, even Yahweh Shai said that he could send 10,000 legions of angels, man. You know, let alone one angel can destroy the whole earth, man. If that was the case, like I said, man, we would have been in the kingdom by now.
You know?
This is not of ourselves. We have to live out prophecy.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
it's all been established in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the 7th and 8th chapter. It goes into the kingdom. So right now we're you know what I'm saying, the Roman Empire kingdom.
That's right.
So until that's destroyed, that's when our kingdom can come on to earth, man. But they think that it could be established here in Babylon, where we can go and grow our own farms and the things that they mentioned. Right? But they're not looking at the bigger picture, which is looking to ourselves, because we need slaves. We're still in this flesh.
Let the blind lead the blind.
Yeah, both shall fall into the ditch. And again, like I said, everything that brother was talking about is all through prophecy. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if it says in the scriptures, it says what? That the blind leader shall have followers, man. You know, like I said, it says one thing. Like I said, it's up to the Most High. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, if they weren't repenting, but it's up to the Most High.
Comment, if I may, in the book of John, chapter 3, when Yahushua was speaking with Nicodemus, Yahushua said, "How can you understand spiritual things when I speak spiritual things unto you?" You know, you can only understand these earthly things, you know. So that's where they're at. So a body couldn't get spiritual with them on a deep level. So he kept it at their level.
That's right.
You know, so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the edification came out beautiful.
That's right. And another heavy thing is they didn't even want to put it on the so-called white man. The simple fact that he's in charge, man. It said they didn't even let me finish out the verse, but it says, if not, where and who is he? You know, so the Lord is asking you a question like, who is the man in control? You know what I'm saying, of the earth, man.
I didn't want to cut brother off, but y'all, brother Abaya was just saying something real beautiful, because he was mentioning black culture, because the brother right here, he was like, well, sometimes we got to look at ourselves. Yes, we do have to look at ourselves, but who created black culture? It wasn't us. So yes, we got to blame us at the same time, because we didn't adhere to the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But we also got to look at who created a lot of this stuff.
That's right.
Black. When it came to hip hop, Salakia. It wasn't us that was started that culture. It was the Ish people. They were the record execs of the NWA and all that. And that had a trickle down effect to what you see now. You know, even if you're not a rapper, you got these people, our people walk around trying to look like a rapper or a gangster. You know what I mean? And who created that? You know, because before that it was self-destruction, then it went to straight out of Compton, a crazy motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So we got to look at it both ways, you know what I'm saying? I do got one more scripture on here.
Niggas with attitude.
Right, it went to building up the community, being strong, to being a nigga. That's the first prominent group, niggas with attitude. You know what I mean?
I took the boogie out of hip hop. When you look at what hip hop was originally was, hip hop is not just rap. Rap is just one element of hip hop. You know, that's why you get these other nations that just see hip hop and they think, oh, this is about rap, being gangster.
You don't see breakdancing.
You got what? Hip hop, you got graffiti, you got the bring down breakdancing. You know what I'm saying? Even when you watch that old movie, it's a good ass movie. Yeah, what's his name? Turbo.
Ain't no stop.
But that brought unity though. That didn't bring violence though. You know what I mean? Even when you didn't like each other back in the day, my people used to tell me if you didn't like each other, they see each other, they stare each other down, and they, you know what I mean? Like there wasn't no fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Get his ass.
Like, yo, a battle.
Oh, let's back up. Like I said, he also listens to music. Like I said, what he said does. He also listens to the lyrics, because sometimes, you know, when people listen to the music, I'm talking about the ones that really understand. You can actually feel what, you know what I mean, our people going through their lyrics and through their music. You know what I mean, how to relate.
Essentially, the beginning of that black culture is Psalms 83. Straight up. Straight up. But I got one scripture just to land back on what y'all were talking about. This is 2nd Esdras. We start at 6, and I'm going to start at 7. And I'll get to the point. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follows? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Yaakov and Esau were born of him, Yaakov's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Right. So going into that, rulership, Esau's rulership is coming to an end, and now it's going to be a start of our rulership.
That's right.
With Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And ultimately, what they believe is that they can be here and dwell and be on their podcast and talk about their culture and whatever it is that
Jake,
they
they
believe.
podcast is and they probably they trying to make a revenue stream off of that.
Right.
Jake see that as a way to further fund whatever they're trying to go.
Right.
Look, man, it ain't gonna work because that's what I was trying to get to them. Man. I see it was a at the end of the day, we don't control the money, so when the money system changes, and they say, look, you're going to get this amount of bucks, digital currency on your chip. How you going to get out of that?
Jake always think he can finesse something.
And he told me you don't deal with hypotheticals, but brother, we prophets, we deal with prophecy.
That's right.
Prophecy
Yeah.
speaks about saying things that happen before they become.
But if you're trying
They don't have the spirit.
Essentially, if you're trying to make it as Jake on this side, at the end of the day, you want a piece of the devil's pie.
Like I said, you somebody's body and your face.
You
and
want
scratching
a
his neck
piece of
and
the
all that.
devil's pie. You're trying to live it up over there.
And that's what I told him. It's not wrong with having your own farm. If you got the means to do that, brother, by all means, get your non-GMO.
Hey, do
You
it.
know what I'm saying? You know, if you got a nice whip, congratulations,
You better
brother.
keep it on the low, though.
Yeah,
You got,
God.
you got your closet flat. Congratulations, brother. I ain't hating on you.
Yeah, some brothers got blessed like that, but that doesn't mean nothing.
That's all I want you to do.
Well, he wants you to spend your money on the clothes and the Jordans and the jewelry. That don't have no value to it.
Con.
But starting your own farm, feeding off of yourself, oh, easy. That's what I said. Keep it on low if you got a farm.
You see how
Because if it start growing,
But you see how I touched on that point of how like they still in control of the type of season. They still taxing you. They still on paper. Like it's levels, bro.
your farm start getting lucrative. Now your next door neighbor growing a farm. Here come he gonna sprinkle some damn pot opium seeds.
It's so bad, bro.
Run
You
down.
can't even preserve water.
Huh? No, I'm just saying.
No. You can't even preserve water when it rains.
Right.
Like it rainwater.
Yeah. So I mean, what power do you actually have?
They told the
You
brother.
have none.
They told the brother Karan he couldn't even have his chickens in his garden.
Yeah.
You can't have chickens.
Yeah, con.
Well, but you want so instead of me having real eggs, real big eggs that's gonna nourish me, you want me to get some broken down nutrient white eggs you got in there that full of chemicals.
You can't have no chickens in the back, but I bet you can have a pit bull and a Rottweiler in the backyard.
It's fully
That's
expensive,
cool
basically,
with
for
that.
$8 or $5 per dozen. Come
So
on,
they
man.
so they're missing the whole point that regardless of what you have, what curse are they under? He said the curse ain't under him, brother. You under that. He's the you're the bar and he's the man. You under that curse.
That's correct.
Subject to payments. You under that curse.
Yep.
And they don't apply to me. You know?
Okay. I thought he started sounding like he was God body at one.
Nah, yeah.
But that's what happens. The scripture said much studying.
Well, very flesh.
You can see because they said they had the school and now they don't have the school, so you can tell now they're going further off in the deep end. But for a lot of Jakes, man, you know what it's going to take for them to get right. Jacob's trouble is going to wind in a lot of Israelites' ass. You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to condemn them right then and there. You know, some Jakes just need to see the prophets. Then once that time comes, they'll know.
They were reasonable, though. You know what I mean? They wasn't niggas, you know what I mean?
It wasn't like that.
That's why I say they can repent. The Lord willing if they come back.
Beetlejuice.
That nigga started on peaceable. But he was up here peaceable. He knew not to do that shit in prison. Then he go into the car.
That nigga spot him, got him when he pulled up.
If you probably would have ran up on the car, he probably would have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some Jake a trip.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, yeah, that was it, man.
Yeah, man. So, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it. It was a nice night. Seeing Cherry. I want to give all praise and glory
To
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Everyone saw our teachers, the other apostles, the great millstone, and men we're going to continue to follow. Shalom to the whole full Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Push the fucking button.